There you go. Insider reference.
Perfect. I just hit go live, started streaming, and you state exactly what the title was. I think that's well timed. Well timed.
Perfect.
Hey, folks, welcome
Now
to
you,
this menagerie of ideals that we will be able to survive another.
we will be
I
able to
believe in us.
survive.
Okay, so recap.
I believe in that song that mainly revolves around the aspect of surviving, but we can't say due to copyright reasons. But it has the word survive, will, and I in the first three sentences.
Survive will I.
Well, I
Correct,
mean,
Mundo.
you can sing it without getting any copyright things because you're not.
Just
doing
don't
the
sing
music.
it too good.
Will survive. I will.
Mad
What if
God's
you
gonna
listen
show us his R&B cover.
if you guys want to listen to my ASMR channel, you can find that on www.gofuckyourselves.com. My official website.
So I'm guessing that's your new custom figure there, Mad.
Yep, my ego is that big.
Well, if I had to say it, if you were to jump from your ego to the floor, you wouldn't be very happy after.
Oh yeah, I'd have 2 broken legs. I have 2 broken legs and a crushed sternum.
Oh man, just solo killed the fucking screamer.
If you want a model, I've been pretty bored over this quarantine. If you want a model, get one from Tabletop, send it to me, give me a list of colors, and I'll do one for you too.
Ooh. I don't even know how to get it to tabletop.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll do it for you. It took me 4 days to figure out how to do it.
I think he meant to say get it from that other program that makes them, and then he'll get it into tabletop.
Yeah, Hero Forge. Make it in Hero Forge, send it to me, and I'll color it in and stuff.
Well.
But that's up to you. I'm not pushing you or anything. I'm just really bored.
If I can find the fish I made, I will send it to you.
Good. It is. You do have to pay for it though.
I'm still pissed that we went the wrong way.
Hey, there is no wrong way. Every way is the right way.
This is the
Yeah,
castle.
they're not gonna kill Smitty.
They may not kill him, but he probably grows more corrupt as we just stand here doing nothing.
We're not doing nothing.
I hope we get to Smitty and he's like sat there on a throne with his lady wife and he's just all mad king.
He's
Fucking...
got a little crown on. He's being fed grapes by fish people, or maybe shrimps. That would probably be more on brand.
Oh god, imagine like we get there.
Shrimp.
We get there and there's
They
this
cook
like
them down
giant
there?
illusion and he's like a
No.
noble prince and all that shit. But when
No, you're supposed to let the medic have the med kit. What are you doing?
He's gotta suck the heads.
No, that's not
Is it-
that Bloop, that's not Foxchow. That's not what I mean. You can't just send me a picture of the
No,
car.
I know, but I'm sending it to you so that I can actually get back to it without having to dig through.
Right. Because I need the digital FBX file, whatever it's called,
Digital style.
and a list of colors. Digital style. Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Hey, this is fun.
God, what?
I'm sorry,
No.
you said digital. It just made me think of the fucking "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" song.
Hold on, what?
Oh, it's a fucked up video series about puppets, and they have teachers that try to teach them things, but everything gets slowly corrupt. But there's one where a computer tries to teach them how to use a computer, and he teaches them that there's only 3 things to do on the internet in the digital world.
Huh.
Charts, digital style, or do a digital dancing.
And that is literally it.
That's it. That's all that's on the internet, guys.
That's all
I
you
don't
need
know
it
what you're
for.
doing.
Okay, is everyone here?
Everyone is
I
on
think
the
so.
server just yet.
Everyone's on the game.
I cannot be on the server. If you recall, I'm having the same problem as last week because I have no way to access Tabletop Simulator right now.
Buy
I think the
buy a
world is
laptop.
ending.
What? Why? What's happening?
There's earthquakes in Idaho, and the coronavirus is here, and everything is.
Well, it is the end of the
about-
world, so I mean, this is par for the course, I think.
The end of the world as we know it.
Well, in case
What
you
was it?
didn't
Well,
have it,
we're
I'm
singing
posting,
songs
Oh my
out of
God!
the way. Can we press forward?
posting the link for you there.
We're going through the four horsemen of the apocalypse. First, we had, what was it, January. We had Trump trying to make a war with Afghanistan. That was war. Then we had the Amazon bushfires. That was, destroying all plantation. That was
Well, no,
famine.
there's the locust. The locust would be famine, because there's locusts eating up all of Africa's food supply now.
Oh my god.
Also,
We can do that.
Croatia got hit with, right after they started sheltering in place, they got hit with an earthquake and then a blizzard.
And then we
Wow.
got COVID-19, which it would be pestilence.
Uh-huh. Which means that the final horseman who rides a pale horse and is a hooded figure is on his way to us for April. We've
Well,
only
if you
got
wanna
this
be
one
real
day. This is the last
specific
day,
about
guys.
it, Pestilence is not an original horseman. We made that one up.
Well,
Yeah, technically it's conquest. It's Antichrist.
War, conquest, famine, and death.
we had a good run. It was fun while it
Unless you're
lasted.
playing Binding.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Headless Horseman if you're a Binding of Isaac fan.
Well, could you technically consider this virus to be conquering humanity
Yes?
Yes.
by
Probably
completely and
cons-
utterly decimating it?
Considering what it's doing to supplies, it probably counts somewhere in the famine category.
Ah, shit. I knew what I
Mm.
forgot today. They were giving away free tacos at Taco Bell today.
Oh,
You missed
Really?
free
For what?
tacos?
For
Uh,
T-Mobile?
no. This was just kind of like a charity thing that Taco Bell's doing where they
Ah.
give people coming through their drive-thrus one Dorito Locos taco.
Dorito
One-
Locos.
So, but they're not doing it anymore. They stopped.
No,
Maybe it's
they're
just-
probably still doing it. It's for the day.
Oh,
Over here we were doing, what was it, free McDonald's for NHS workers? Or anyone relating to the NHS. But McDonald's is closed now. Okay, so, we starting?
We're waiting on Diamond and Pig Needle to get onto the server.
Diamond
I'm
is in the
already
server.
here.
Oh, I see you. I see you. I'm sorry.
We're
Just
waiting
Pig Needle.
on Fox. We're waiting on Fox
And
and
Long.
Pig.
I'm already
And Long.
here.
Oh yeah, Fox is here. Pig need
Yeah,
one
you're
long.
waiting on Long and Pig.
Apparently,
because
neither
I
of us
can't
can
get on.
read. Neither of us
Yeah,
can read,
neither
but
of
it's
us.
all right.
No, I don't think that it's you can't read, Ninja. I think you just can't see color anymore. Have you become a dog now?
Yeah, I'm trained for Diamond to be on green, and I was like, oh, green's not here. Diamond must not be on the server yet.
COVID-19 makes you not only not able to smell, but it makes you not able to see colors either.
Diamond used to be
The
green in previous iterations of D&D.
Yes,
the
until
quarantine.
until somebody made a huge fuss about me being green, so I had to fucking switch color.
What?
What?
It's just a color, dog. What? Why do people care so much?
He wants his spot on the table. Some people really hate to play pink, like nobody wants to be in that spot.
Oh my god, I'll take pink. I will use pink. I like pink.
You're already pink.
I know, and that's why I took it because I figured no one would.
I've had people fight over it. Like I'm not gonna be in the pink spot.
Oh my god.
I would rather be
Like,
brown.
your ego's gonna
Pink
break
brown.
in two if you play as the pink character.
That's
My
always how it
God.
goes. If you don't want to be pink, you have to be brown.
Ugh,
Gross.
So you
I
can either
prefer
be
the
really
color orange.
fabulous or really shit.
All right.
I would rather be the color of shit than the color of nipples.
What's happening with Pig Needle? Is he like checking the house for earthquake damage or something?
Yeah.
just give me a minute.
What do you say?
It was quiet. I couldn't hear it.
He said all sorts of things. You deaf people.
I'll turn his volume up. He's very subdued. Sedated even.
Soothed, sedated.
those are the words from Darkest Dungeon when you start
Yeah.
healing.
Alright, guys. You've just defeated the bloodthirsty as they were feasting upon the corpses of a bunch of brigands. You see the human corpses all splayed out on the table with their organs removed and drained of blood.
Long, are you joining or not?
In a minute.
What
I'm
are you
almost
doing?
Done with this.
Be done with it
Killing
now.
Thousands of zombies.
I don't care.
Oh my god.
We have a
After you stop
deadline.
playing
After
your
20
zombie
hours
game.
of World War
We
Z.
have a deadline, and you're 10 minutes late.
There are people who are usually later than that.
Meanwhile, in the spooky staircase, the hooded figure's like, I gotta open this door.
The hooded figure.
Remember the one that's
Oh,
like
him.
Prince
We're
of
done. Go.
Darkness Dungeon?
Like, go for a little
thought he-
stroll. Maybe I'll just come down here. What's this? What's in this room? I'm gonna open this door.
I thought he went back up to the dungeon.
He got bored and came back down.
He's looking mighty mysterious.
There we go. You can use that for background ambiance there.
Now I'm already doing some ocean waves and dripping noises.
I'm not hearing that.
Make yourself have to pee more.
You'd only hear it on the stream, probably.
Tripping.
Putting it on the stream.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn
Ocean
waste.
man, take me by the hand to the promised
Oh,
land.
cool. It doesn't want to load tabletop.
Oh no!
Probably
Disaster.
because I'm on.
Long may have to
Sorry,
join me in the
cancel this.
looking through Twitch chat only club.
I was legitimately
I just need
worried.
to turn off World War Z.
I was worried that the
Why?
internet would not work well today because everybody is watching Netflix or Amazon
that what's
happening?
or Hulu or any of the other streaming services.
Everyone's bored.
Like, literally
Nobody
everyone
knows
is
how to
stuck
go
in their
outside
house using the internet. I was like, this might have detrimental effects on gameplay.
I was trying to be good today and I read books.
Nice.
So yeah, I had just purchased the zombie survival guide a few weeks ago.
Zombie
Uh,
survival.
Yeah, I loved that book when I was in high school, and I was like, why not read it again? Seems like a good
Okay,
time to
I
prepare.
am here now.
All right, promotion.
And Pig is too.
Sorry for the
And
wrong
you
technical.
get a promotion, and you get a promotion.
Does anybody
and you get a
remember
Promotion.
leaving these
Why can
rubies
I not
behind?
pick a
Like
color?
these
Yeah,
rubies.
That would be
Were-
Those would be
this mess-
mine. I got them out of the chest. I couldn't move
Yeah, I
them
was
since
gonna
I can't
say.
access tabletop.
Ah.
Dismas.
okay,
Dismas was the
okay.
one
There you
to.
Yeah, I pocketed them, so you can plop them on my thing if you
Character
want,
sheet,
and
yep.
I'll organize them later.
You
I
see
do have
these?
them on my character sheet.
You
and-
see these rubies? You see these rubies? These rubies cracking. Try and put it back on your sheet. I dare you. Do it right now.
I can't.
I
They do
know.
help. Bad, you're so mean.
Okay, let's carry on.
Got a lot of laudanum. I'm just looking at your stack of laudanum here. It's pretty good.
Well,
We'll
la
be
dee
prepared
da.
if we ever meet the Shrieker.
That ghoul can inflict horror. I was trying to.
Yeah.
Next time I'll have to throw like 4 ghouls in, then it'll have a better shot.
That's right. You're a co-phobe, aren't you?
I thought he was a
You
co-fighter.
cut out.
I said,
He has cobophobia.
yeah, co-phobe.
Me, yes.
No, Mad. Mad has co-phobe.
No, I don't.
No, He-Man does.
Yeah.
Then why
yeah,
does he
doesn't Dad
take-
have-
Then why
Cove
does he
fighter?
take extra cove damage?
No, that's my. If you have a look at my flaws, it says, you get Cove Tactician +3 damage in Cove. So
Oh,
it's not me taking extra Cove damage. It's me dealing extra Cove damage.
okay.
Yes.
I just keep forgetting, so I put that next to the.
But
Thanks,
I
Eli.
fucking knew it. I knew you were evil in some form or another.
You
What?
know I'm evil.
He's selfish. That's. I mean,
I'm lawful evil.
He
You should
is
know
the
this.
bureaucracy. He is the festering bureaucracy of the church.
He doesn't even believe in the church. All he
course I
does
don't.
is kiss ass to get favor.
Oh, hey, you
Correct
actually have
Mundo. And
your
someday I
3D model now.
Yes, I do. It also comes with an extra feature. If you change its color, you can change the color of his cape. Yay!
Oh.
Like in RuneScape.
It can be any color you want, like green, black.
Oh, so only his base is purple?
What do you mean only his base? Well, his trousers are too. If you
Oh,
look
the little
really
thing
hard.
he's standing on, the base.
Oh,
the square.
yes, yes. It only comes in purple, but I can change it if I want.
But
But
if
you
you
know,
move
Happens
to a
to be
different
the-
color spot on the table.
then I'll change the color of his base. I mean, I can't do it manually.
That's what I meant. You can only change the color of his cape.
Regardless,
outside of
we're
game.
just waiting on Pig Needle, right?
Pig
did,
Noel.
did you?
Right fucking
Signal.
here.
He means pick a color, man. Pick a color. Any color.
Pick a
Okay,
color.
make it not yellow and I'll be that one.
Brown.
Sure.
Pink.
Mad
If
God,
you
how
could-
come you didn't make He-Man's figurine?
Because you have to pay for it.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
go
I
into
thought
Hero.
you- I
Go
thought you
into
said
he-
it's free to port over the file to put it into tabletop.
No,
You still
it's
have to
free
make it.
if you make the figurine and you pay for the digital FBX and you send it to me. Then I will, for free, color it in and go through all the preparations to put it into Tabletop Simulator. That's the free part. I'm not
fine.
paying for a figurine for you.
I thought the figurine was free.
If you want a free
Stuffed
figurine,
cowboy boot.
well, you're not getting one. There's no way you're getting a
Yeehaw.
free figurine. You'll get a free colored one if you give me your FBX file. If you do want to do that, though, try and keep your characters like in the box that or the circle that they're in, because otherwise you'll have like say for example now, if I wanted to, I could make this box as big as the square that he's on. But if he has any pointy bits, then that would stop other things from going into
Going
the
in the
square.
adjacent one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I should show
Throw
off
a
my art
turtle at you.
project, but I'll do it later.
Oh, hey Ninja, when we're done with the session
it's
today,
like
I
$8.
need to talk to you about a few things.
Okay.
'cause I need some-
Anyway, shall we actually play the game?
I've been
Wow,
waiting for
maybe.
somebody to do something.
He-Man, what would you like to do? You're party leader.
Hmm. Did we explore this door?
We haven't explored it yet.
Let's explore.
Explore.
Very well.
Just like Dora.
You approach a wooden door.
I
Alright.
inspect it for trappies.
Do you have your torch out?
Sure. I will use another magical torch.
No, you've got one
Oh,
out.
it's
If you
the
look
other
at your
one.
base,
Did the other one expire or no?
hover over your base. It says that you've got a trap torch. It says has
Yeah,
trap
no,
torch.
but that was like before we used the long rest. Does it still stay there?
Generally, torches you can put them out and light them back up. They have
Okay.
like a 30-minute span, I think, something like that.
Cool.
30-minute lifespan on a torch. Sounds about right. Alright, so if you reactivate your torch that you put out earlier, it'll not show any traps on this door.
And I will try the knob. Or handle.
There- Later on, we'll call out to the rest. Are you joining us, or are you staying in the corridor?
We're coming. Just give us a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to get out of this creepy room, so I will join them.
I'm fairly certain the majority of the entire dungeon is creepy.
So
Oh, yes, but
we
I
both
don't
died
want-
in that room, so
To hang out with human corpses.
Well, I
Even
left
here.
a
They're mosquitoes.
I left a nice little soundtrack in the Discord for anybody who really wants the creepy experience.
Okay, so you've come into a small room. It's not very big. There's a little fireplace in the one corner. There's a drain in this corner and that corner. It looks like maybe this room used to have some prisoners chained to the walls here, but they've all since been eaten.
Eaten.
Eaten, eh? I'm listening to the ambience. Ooh, scary, spooky, scary
Oh, yeah,
skeletons.
during our downtime, I put in 20 more gold into my Gladius, Golden Gladius.
Okay.
Alright. What do
We
I see
never-
inside this room?
We never actually saw the hooded figure, did we?
Oh, you saw him.
We did. How? We were in this room.
I think the door opened on its own and we caught a glimpse of him.
Yes.
Are these
That's what I
sushi
would
rolls the same thing as the other one? Where we like spin it around?
Sushi rolls.
No, I'm pretty sure these are just pillars.
Yeah, these are just pillars.
Okay.
I lean against one.
We're going to leave the spooky figure alone.
So you'll see down here at the end of the hall, there's two doors. One door goes into a spiral staircase. The other door has a collapsed room beyond it. The collapsed tunnel has giant boulders everywhere.
Can I?
Hmm.
Is there any way that we can look through the stone? Can we see
Nah,
anything through it?
There's not enough gaps that you could see anything beyond.
Could your tiny familiars go through it?
Probably try and
how-
dig.
How small are the holes?
Like cracks in rocks.
Yeah, there's not. Unless my familiar could turn it to a literal fog, there's no way it could turn into anything small enough to get through.
Wait, you're telling me it can't turn into a worm?
I
Yes,
think
that's
it's
exactly what I'm
even
telling
too
you. It cannot turn into
small
a
for
worm.
Like a
Smallest thing it
vampire?
can turn into is-
A vampire could get
Smallest
through there by turning into a mist.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you don't give us that ability when we contract the Crimson Curse.
Correct.
Oh, I
Because
see it now.
we're were mosquitoes, not vampire bats.
Spiders wouldn't be able to get through that, would they?
Uh,
A really
Yeah,
little
I'm
spider
gonna-
could.
I'm gonna do what Urborg said and try using a shovel.
Okay.
Like
So I don't
that
think
tiny
Like a
one you
mite
smashed
size.
on
Will a magic-
accident.
Will a magic shovel work?
Okay.
Like a spiderling.
You activate the shovel, and it goes to work, and it begins digging, and the shovel spends some time, and it destroys that block there, and it clears out a bunch of the rubble, and like maybe it gets a little bit more, but it seems like it just like runs out of steam and loses its enchantment before it makes it very far, and it seems like maybe you've cleared out a 5-foot section, but it goes on and on.
Okay,
Oh, that sucks.
scratch that idea. Waste of 250 gold.
Don't worry, I
That
have a
was just-
platinum ingot in Bubbly's mouth. Whether or
was a
not
good
he's eating
idea.
it, I'm not sure.
It was a good idea, man.
Alright. Is this door trapped?
This door does not have any traps.
Alright,
I'm
I
loving
try to
having a
open it.
figurine. This is awesome. I can always face where I'm actually looking.
Right?
Seem really happy.
You're so excited
I'm-
about it.
You have no idea. I'm so happy.
Get on the square though. Don't want to poke someone with those round edges.
Does the door open or is it locked?
Oh, which one? The small door or the gate?
The big one,
Big gate.
big gate.
It opens easily.
Wonderful. Okay. For sake of time, we will just backtrack our progression.
Fast forward.
Fast forward.
Tracking through the dungeon.
But to where?
We go back to the water room.
Yeah, furthest we can get to is here. I'm fairly certain that. Did we short rest or long rest? Actually, it doesn't
We
matter.
long rested.
long
We used the
rested.
campfire.
I'm pretty sure Goop's water breathing spell has been taken away.
How long does it last again?
24
8
hours.
24?
8
Yeah.
hours? I don't know. I
A
can't
long
remember.
time.
24 hours, I remember.
24 hours.
Okay, yeah, then we
it's
still have
similar
it.
effect.
Hold
I
on, there's
will
water.
put out my magical torch while we're going down in there.
Covers in a rag or something.
Yeah. And continue swimming.
Okay.
Just
When
really-
you get back in here, it seems like other creatures have devoured most of the crab corpses, leaving only sort of empty shell.
Oh, there's no more fish sticks.
Okay.
Wait,
More
empty shell.
crab meat.
What are you, a gay fish?
Yeah, all the little fish. Like when you come in here, there's like twice as many fish as there used to be because they've been feasting on the crab.
These
And
fish aren't
also,
made
they
of
aren't
gold,
scared
are they?
away by the bat.
Nah, they're just
Hey,
sort of like
Kraken,
gold colored.
Yeah.
Regular goldfish. No.
are you
okay.
fine with your character just sticking right by mine?
Hey, ninja.
For now, I suppose so until I say otherwise, I guess.
The sneaky guy sticking with the guy with no stealth.
Hey,
I'm
ninja.
sticking with the meat shield
Fair enough. Can I tame these goldfish, or at least
that I can
attempt
hide
to?
behind.
Hang on. Pig Needle.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Make sure no one is dead.
Congratulations, you've made sure that nobody is
Good
dead.
job.
You really don't want to be yellow. See, some people are real picky about color.
Okay.
What's
I
wrong with
will
yellow?
ask Leiron to scout again with this familiar just in case, like, nothing is there. See, while we are gone, sleeping for 8 hours.
I changed my familiar over the last
Oh,
long
what is he
rest.
now?
He's Scorebeak, but Scorebeak
Oh.
it can
he
still
breathe
survive
underwater?
underwater.
Yeah, he
Yes.
doesn't need to breathe.
Okay.
Well, actually, regular familiars do have to breathe, but I've got a what is it called? I've got a Eldritch Invocation that lets it not have to breathe,
Okay, so
but it doesn't have blind sight, so it can only see what everyone else sees.
Kraken, everybody's swimming. Do you wanna hide behind this rock or one of the other ones nearby? Do you want to be on the rock?
Let's go behind the rock. That seems, I think, would provide more cover than being on top.
All right, so you've got cover behind the rock. Keep in mind, nobody can see through the green. The green obscures
Yes.
your vision, but you can see along the track, the brown path. So you can see this rocky path, and like a little turtle crawls out and scoots along here.
I grab it and put it in my bag immediately.
Some goldfish swim over
Kidnapping
here.
local wildlife.
There's like a little octopus, and he's gonna scoot over here into this nook.
Very
Oh,
cute.
can I go grab him?
You're gonna have to pick one. You can't go in 3 directions. There's
Or
wildlife
can
everywhere.
I? Oible, go! I'm just kidding. I already have a turtle, so I guess I'll go to the octopus.
Okay.
Just scoop him off the side of the wall and put him in my bag.
He's actually able to squeeze his entire body into this drain, and he pops out over here.
Oh.
Slippery
Why
little
do that?
boy.
Fabulous creatures doing magnificent things.
Well, then I'll grab that turtle.
This crab, he scuttles over here into this hole.
Hey, my
Yoink.
familiar has a swim speed
They-
of 40 feet. That's nice.
The wildlife senses a predator.
I'm not trying to
Or a
eat them, I'm trying to
kidnapper.
tame them.
They're just terrified of you.
Or I'll put
I'm
turtle
telling
times
you, they know
two.
you're a kidnapper.
Just- Hey, Leiron, what
Yeah?
what does your familiar see?
I key through my familiar's senses. Leiron replies sarcastically, "I can see everything that the fish can see.
He's a rat,
He can turn into one. That's one of his shape change options.
so rat swimming around.
Yeah, he's a swimming rat. He's using his tail like a. he's moving his tail like a squiggly, and that's what's propelling him. It makes no difference.
Okay, who has really bad swim speed? Or just sinks?
Me.
All of
Well,
us,
me.
Fox.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
all
saying
of us
who's-
except for Leiron.
Who's
he
the
has the
worst
cloak.
at it? Who's
And the
the most likely to drown?
I'm gonna go where this big oyster is.
Guess that would be whoever has the lowest athletics right now.
Hey, look, there's a giant oyster. There's also a
What?
rotting carcass.
Oh, that.
The fish are
I'm gonna
swarming around
use-
this rotting carcass, eating it.
I'm
Are
gonna
any of
shove
the
this shovel in the giant oyster's mouth to pry it open.
Alright, you pry open the giant oyster with a shovel. When you do so, you're going to find that it contains some treasure. Gold trinkets times 3.
DM, you need to be
Okay.
sure to tell me if any of these trinkets are unholy or torture ones.
That's very specific.
The fish
Yeah,
carcass
I
is
know.
food, and the oyster is treasure and scrounging.
Yeah, the Eldritch
Right.
Altar was unholy. The fish idol was unholy.
Right. Because I don't know what is. I haven't played a lot of Darkest Dungeon, so I don't know what is and isn't unholy or tortuous. Because I've got negative curios that make me forced to interact with those ones.
Okay. So
There
you
you go.
you pry open this giant oyster, and a bunch of pearls fall out.
Ooh. 4 hundo. Oh, 5 hundo.
Urborg. Diamond, if you want to talk about your character, you can do it. You don't have to use the chat.
Well, everybody just seems to be talking, so I'm just staying quiet and just acting out how
but
my
that's-
character would.
That's not Urborg. Oops.
Some of the fish get eaten by this deep stinger. It snags them with its spiky deep stinger and paralyzes them and sucks them in and begins devouring them.
Through a
Oh.
straw, apparently.
Oh, isn't that what their mouth is, sort of? Just a little hole on the underside of
I'm gonna ignore. Leron's gonna ignore the fish carcass.
Okay, so at this point you've moved pretty deep into the kelp forest. You've made quite a bit of progress towards the castle. There's a bit of a crossroads here. From here, there's like a large banyan tree that extends up out of the water and goes out into the cave and wraps around a bunch of the stuff in here and then goes through holes in the ceiling out and branches out into the sunlight where it can continue to grow. So the giant roots run down into the center here. That's this big green mass in the middle here. From the crossroad, you can go towards the castle, or you can go towards this staircase that's over here to the south.
Oh, so the tree doesn't lead to the oh. I was like, oh, it's on the surface. We go to the castle.
Leron would like to. Leron says to the group, "Well, we could obviously go to the castle and save good old Smitty, or we could do as we regularly do and investigate the staircase. I mean, I'm sure he can wait."
And we'll use medicinal herb on the food, though. Nom 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 nom.
delicious.
Gotta
I
spice
will,
up that fish carcass.
I will resupply my seaweed.
Can I send my familiar into these hidden bushes, hidden seaweed, see if there's anything in there hiding?
Did I just see a tree pop out?
That is the tree.
It looked like it.
It
Oh, there it is.
exists now.
It's a water tree.
I'll make it kind of big.
A mighty water tree.
Maybe it's like
There.
a willow or some other kind of swampy tree.
What did you want
Make
to
a
use
dex
the?
check, Diamond.
You wanted to use the medicinal herbs on the fish carcass, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Okay then.
You
Making
find this big
some-
pile
He-Man
of
makes
rotting
delicious
meat.
food.
Big pile of rotting meat. You apply the medicinal herbs as if you were seasoning something that you were preparing to cook. The fish carcass. Let's see, what do we got? Fish carcass.
It heals.
Mama said not to be picky. Eat your food.
Fair enough. I can help you eat it if you want.
Fillet of fish.
Only if you got a stomach for it.
I'm a fish. I've been eating this all my life.
You've been eating rotten things all your life? Oh boy.
Cannibal.
Yeah, I'm a slave. What do you think? What do you think they fed
I
me?
mean, they're not mutually
All the
exclusive.
food.
They fed you other other fish
It's a
people?
little fucked up.
All
They're
right.
like,
No,
here's
not
your
fish
brother, eat
people.
him.
This is just a fish.
You
not
managed
fish
to collect a bunch of very good like delicacies from the organs of the rotten meat, and if prepared in such a way, you probably
Okay, Diamond natural
Make a
1,
good
you
meal of it.
fail.
What are you rolling to attack?
He's
Just
trying to play.
slap him in the head. in the back of the head.
As jokingly, but yeah, he got a natural 1.
Urborg smacks Leiron across the head, or tries to.
Yeah, he
Hey,
tries to.
He
He's saying that he
tries
uttered his
to.
vow beforehand.
And he failed.
Why would you vow of enmity to your ally? You know you have to murder the person you do that vow to, right? Like,
Yeah, Diamond.
You have to.
He didn't.
I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure, like, until that person is dead, the vow of enmity is, like, locked in.
Besides, it only lasts for a
We're
minute,
in the
and
ocean.
that's
We
way.
don't have a vow of enmity
Coronavirus.
left, I thought.
Salt water is cleaner than real water. No, I'm just kidding.
Salt water is not cleaner than real. There's no difference. It's purer.
Salt,
Salt is
salt
not-
considered
it-
dirt?
It disinfect. Don't you like rub salt and stuff and it disinfects things? No.
Yes, yes, long.
Well,
I
yeah,
want you
but
to
that
remember.
has to be like purified
Long.
salt, not like salt water
Long.
that fish have been peeing in.
Long, I want you to remember, if you ever get a cut on your hands, I want you to rub salt in it, okay? Because it has purifying effects. It'll destroy the germs, like you say.
Thanks, Guru Mad God.
Always
You're
rub
such
salt.
a health expert.
Always rub salt in the wound, kids, and try and pour lemon juice in it too.
Don't forget the vinegar.
The vinegar.
It's just like
Home
making...
remedies.
It's like just use your favorite barbecue rub.
Oh my god.
Always shove a
Cannibalize
rusty
them
knife into
afterwards.
any.
They call it curing your meats after all, so it surely should cure your wounds too.
So, do you guys want to take the food? I already have a full stack of 12.
Sure.
A full stack of
I-
12.
He's a hungry boy. He's got a lot of food on him.
Hungy.
Jesus. Does it do anything? Does it actually have?
Yeah,
Are they
D4
still?
of healing.
They're potions, right?
They are
D4.
a 1d4
There's
healing
no.
potion.
I can
Okay,
heal
tell us
myself
when
whenever
you're
I
myself.
like, so no, I'm good.
And also, we're supposed to eat them during the camping thing. Or
Hmm.
I don't know if do we do that during?
How many
we can
rations
just
down
go
there?
outside of the
Yeah,
camp.
When,
I don't-
whenever you
I
take a
don't
long
think
rest,
we
you
were ever-
must drink water and consume one portion of food. It can be the
Uh,
Darkest Dungeon food, it can be a regular ration, as long as you eat something. Otherwise, you don't get any benefits from rest.
I'll take
Oh.
the
So it's
full
not
food
Darkest Dungeon.
because it turns out
Hungries.
I've expended some rations.
Darkest Dungeon makes you eat at random, and it also demands that you eat a large amount of food during a long rest. But this is D&D, so it's a little bit different.
Okay.
You do have to eat. That is baked into the cake. You do have to eat
Simon?
something, or you get no benefits from healing.
What
Diamond,
if
is this
you don't
music from
have
Fable?
to eat since D&D rules apply?
Well, then you can ignore that one rule. Just
Cool.
normal mortals need to eat and drink and sleep in order to get the hit dice of healing and lose any exhaustion they had.
Kudos to not being a normal mortal anymore.
Yeah, you're some sort of undead abomination that still lives, despite your head being removed and
So-
in a bag.
We are doing
Somewhat
nothing to save
undead,
City.
what's it? Not undead,
Ah.
but not undead.
I thought you just reincarnated, but your past life
I
you
have-
got your head cut off.
I'm
Okay.
like, the revive rogue is weird. It's like you get the benefits of being undead, but you don't get the
Diamond,
undead
you're gonna have to
typing,
talk, otherwise
so
we're gonna do nothing but.
we're just gonna
Right,
fuck.
we move forward to the castle because Smitty is important.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm
We're
gonna.
not gonna get anything done, man.
Everybody,
You're the only one who wants to save him.
You can move your figurines onto the other board. This one in the corner here.
Okay. I'm guessing we can probably search the. Leiron would like to say, I'm hoping that we can search the remaining areas by the time we come back.
Yes,
time we
when we're
backtrack.
done, of course.
Okay,
Diamond,
so
is
there.
this song from Fable?
So guys, there's
The
a
one in the-
wall.
Might be.
There's a big stone wall, and it runs the length from here to here. So you're gonna have to make a choice. Do you want to bear left of the wall or bear right of the wall to get to the castle?
I vote left.
Okay, if
Yeah.
you go left, you're gonna come out over here in the kelp forest. If you go right, you're gonna come out here on the path.
Excuse me.
I'll go left.
Oh wait, there's a bath.
I
never mind.
say right.
I'll just go with the majority. We're all going right. Are we still underwater?
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole kelp
Okay.
forest is underwater.
Oh, delicious water.
I just want to point out that
Hmm.
what the
Okay.
Is
bloop is called
is
typical
Kraken
2.
still
Hmm?
like not in tabletop?
I'm
Okay,
he's not able
computerless.
to.
I do not have a computer that can support Tabletop Simulator right now.
I have the stream up though,
but
and
I-
she can see what I can
yeah.
see. So she's
So-
looking right at the battle map right
I-
now.
Yeah,
Where'd
I have my
everybody else
character
go?
sheet. I just can't move tokens or roll dice. I have to have somebody do that for me. But otherwise, I'm here.
Can someone stop Bloop from becoming a pet hoarder? Because I am 99% certain that she's
Why
becoming
don't you
a
just
pet.
take care of it your damn self? You
Uh,
facetious, idiotic person.
God.
What?
You good?
I don't get it. What?
Pig Needle, where are you
Well, that
at?
came out of nowhere.
All
Oh,
over
he's
the
dead.
place. I have so many people fucking picking me right now. I could be dead if you want me to be dead. You don't need a cleric.
Yeah.
Oh, confer.
Or he can be dead.
Pig Needle's
His
guarding the
model
rear
is over here.
from far
Like
back.
usual.
From far back. So you guys are following a path. You can see that the staircase leads up the cliff over here. There's a little, like, the path loops around this way, but it's hard to see through the seaweed, but it's like thinner, so it's just obstructing your view a little bit. But you can see that it loops around over to the right, or there's the staircase up ahead, or the path off to the left. It looks like that's a sheer cliff over there, with some, like, structures built into the wall there. That's probably the northern section that you couldn't get to beyond there, but there's no entrances that you can see, so you're really down to these two options here.
Go forward.
Pressing on towards the castle. Alright, so you guys are going to hit a staircase that rises out of the ocean waters, out of the salty brine. The stairs are all natural stone, but they've been hacked with tools to make them into sort of a staircase shape. So, up the side of the cliff, it goes quite a ways up and up and up and up, until you arrive way at the top of the staircase in front of the castle.
You seeing Diamond's dialogue in the chat, DM? He's pissed off at me because he can't make a character. Well, keep track of his character.
I was referring to your character.
What?
Yeah, but you're like really mad about his character.
You're not referring to my
Yes,
character. You
because
called-
I would
you referenced it by
absolutely
Matt.
love to kill his player, but
Oh my
then
gosh.
everybody would look at me as being the bad.
Because you would be.
Well, you really shouldn't
Yeah.
kill people on your own team.
Okay, so
Besides, why would you kill the character? My character's wonderful, and he hasn't done anything directly to hurt you yet.
Yet being the keyword there.
I dare you to fuck up.
Nah, I'll just piss you off like over the course of time.
You know, that will get the same response that Annihilatrix gets. You realize this, right?
Annihilatrix was slowly going demented. I'm as calm as a cucumber.
Like, oh, hello, Pig Needle. You are quite quick. You got in front of everybody. Hello. Did you find a secret passageway to get here?
He's a dragon. He has wings, probably.
I cannot wait for Annihilatrix to show up in this dungeon.
That's not how Dragonborns work unless you get the
Racist.
sheet.
silent
He
as
said
ever.
Look at
he
me,
said
look at me. I'm the
Annihilatrix.
queen now.
Not racist. Long.
What?
Somebody
No,
said
she said she said he's a
think we're
dragon. He
pretty close.
probably has wings, and then I said that's racist.
Yeah.
oh.
No, it's because he
Stop
drank
marching up
red.
the stairs.
How dare you assume his dragon gender?
His Durenda.
Only one joke. Yep.
I want to know what these stairways look like. Are they like gilded with gold and stuff?
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
just natural stone, but it's been worked with tools into the shape of stairs.
I'm gonna go
No
Middle class
decorations or
castle.
anything, just plain old stairs.
Well, you have to imagine you are in this giant sea cave, and so it's all just like the
Ah.
stone. The stone has been worked a little bit.
I'm gonna cast a few preparation spells, like false life and such.
Oh, Kraken, I would suggest loading your pistols with fresh powder.
Oh, yeah, I would assume they are probably loaded at this point.
Okay.
Okay. At the top of the stairs, you can see there's a plaza, and there's like a thing around the corner here, like an alley or something. There's some sort of stall with a bunch of boxes and barrels, things piled up against the wall at the far end of the plaza. Also in the corner of the castle here, you can see that there's some buildings that are along that far distant back part, and a road that seems to loop around the back side of the castle. And then over here, the plaza seems to go towards the front of the castle. So, what are you going to do?
Front door? You want to go through the front door?
Just knock.
No.
Oh,
Let us circulate.
good thing
Now-
I'm not party with you.
Circulate?
You guys are close enough. You
Go
can
around.
hear sounds of revelry, like music being played, and possibly a few voices or laughter.
Can I send an invisible Scorbeak to scout ahead?
If you want to.
Which way is the sound coming from?
The castle.
Is that the castle?
That
the
is the
inside?
castle. hmm
Are there any windows?
Yes, there are windows.
Can I have Scorbeak fly up to a window?
Okay. Scorbeak flies
You
up
have
to
to
the
learn to
window
walk,
and
right?
looks down into the room.
Are we underwater?
No, the
How
castle
tall
is out of the
this
water.
castle?
Oh boy. I really thought you were just going to show that to me for a second there, but okay.
Several stories tall.
Whatever.
Okay, so Scorbeak looks down into the room, and Scorbeak sees that there's a big party going on, right?
Okay, I'm going to assume that Leiron is keying through Scorbeak's senses. So Leiron is going to gasp back in shock and go, "Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Oh, okay, okay, guys,
Herborg
all
will,
know and
will
love Smitty,
slap.
Smitty is pretty
Herborg
much
will
dead.
Herborg will slap Leiron and basically shout at him, "Get it together, man!"
You don't understand.
What did you
Smitty,
see?
yes. Nothing. There's nothing in the castle. No.
You know what, just for that, I'm
Why
going
are
to
you
smack you again.
panicking?
Nothing to worry about here.
there's nothing in the castle. It's empty. It's fine. We don't need to proceed any further. Let's just go back to the hamlet and where it's safe and secure and there's not as many enemies. I mean, there's no enemies. Let's just go back and have fun and play. That's what you guys do when you have free time, right?
Yeah, the more you
Just
lie,
tell
the
him,
more
"You
I'm going
puny
to
mortal, I
smack
can
you.
see right through you."
Raise eyebrow.
Yes,
Iman,
the
you're
more you lie, Leiron, the more I'm going to smack you, and I
you're
succeeded
gonna-
this time.
you're gonna defend me on this, He-Man, or are you just gonna stand there until he eventually rolls enough times to try and slap me?
I already
Yeah,
did.
I would break up the slapping eventually, but it's just like I feel like really why are you? It's like you're blatantly lying so much that do we have to roll insight for this?
if he's rolling to try and slap me, I want to roll persuasion for the group.
So hang on. This guy, he got renamed into Turtle, but what was his name before? The pelagic
Turtle.
guy.
Yurtle.
Oh.
Shell
Oigle.
shock.
Why is his name Turtle?
That was like Gibble or something.
You might have had him selected when you were naming your
It's
turtle.
a Pokemon.
One of my DM players.
His name's
is called
Oible,
One
and
Eye
he had
DM.
67
Oh yeah,
stats.
Oible.
Gibble.
Why
Yeah,
is
good old
Bloop's
Oible.
character named Oible?
We saved his life.
Okay.
All right,
Orville's
Matt,
not
if you
himself.
want to try this, roll deception. Go
Yeah, that's
ahead.
fair.
Do it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
One of
Okay,
us is
grab
going
the
to
wrong
know
thing.
that you're bullshitting.
Okay, everybody stop. Oible's going to say that he's going to laugh. He sees Leiron's reaction, and he's going to say, "Ah, yes, you see now, they are powerful. They will kill you all if you go in there. We should be away from here where it is safe."
They're on
Urborg
face
will
palm.
stare
They're-
daggers at Oible and say, If you want to leave so badly, then why don't you?
He
I'll say,
looks
"Shut
at
up,
he looks
human,"
at
Leron.
comment.
he looks at Bloop and he cowers.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Leron
okay,
points and
Rebel.
sees the chain, points at the chain and says, "Really? That's your question?"
I will translate what he said, but I will ask Oibul
No,
what is going
he
on.
he speaks common. He was saying it so that they would understand.
Wait,
Ah.
what? This whole time he spoke common?
I thought he did speak common the entire time.
He
No.
speaks common badly. Sometimes he'll speak
Oh, okay.
pelagic to you because you both speak pelagic if he doesn't want other people to hear him. In this case, he
Okay.
wanted Leiron to know that he was laughing at his fear. And so he said it in common.
Long. How many times are you going to allow me to
Oblivion.
smack
That is
Mads?
that is Oblivion music.
Maybe a handful of times, like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, I will roll. I've already rolled once, and I know that I
God's
succeed.
sakes.
Are you actually trying to do damage, or are you just doing this like comedically
He's just-
sloppy? If you're like
I'm-
hitting him like
I'm
really higher,
I'm basically
stop
trying
you
to
after, like, the
slap the
first
fear out of
punch.
him.
Oh my god.
I am basically trying to slap the fear out of him, but with plated gauntlets. So what do you think is gonna happen?
If you're actually
Walk
going
up
to deal
his arm
damage,
do
and
exactly
I
what
hold
I'm
his
doing.
arm and I squeeze.
Oh yeah, I would stop you then if you're like hitting him that hard.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm intentionally hitting him that hard. I just happen to
if
have.
you grabbed my shoulders and shook me, I would allow that. But you're fucking bitch slapping me, man.
Get up
Yes.
of
Iron
yourself,
gauntlets.
man.
And he has no helmet.
Yes, he does. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't have a helmet.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Got the
You
air
have the
bubble from
collector's
magical
helmet.
breathing. Oh, the
If that
iron cage
kind
thing.
of counts.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to add that to my character. Well, it wasn't an option on my character.
Yeah, I doubt they
That
have
actually-
head cages
That
on there.
doesn't give you
Yeah,
AC,
they don't have
does
head
it?
Consider
Now,
it
if that's
a
the-
helmet.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be literally impossible for you to try and slap my head?
It actually would. But he's hitting you with a gauntleted fist, so like it would like clang against the head
Yeah.
cage.
Yeah,
And-
it's-
Might give you a headache.
And then your ears would be ringing and you'd scream, "Ah, not the bees, not the bees."
What?
Oh, it's that kind of head cage.
Basically, yeah.
really? I thought it was just a bunch of spikes, like
No,
going
it's-
around the
It's like
shoulders.
it's like a bird cage. It's got metal bars that go down around your head.
Ah.
Well, I can still make
Okay.
his neck go sideways if I smack him.
I will grab
That
Diamond's
would-
arm and tell him to stop, foolish drag.
Leron's going to go to the cowardice to the extreme, and he's going to be like, "Please, he's trying to kill me! Stop him!"
I will go
I'll,
try
I'll
to
resort.
to
I'll
smack
resort
Paranoid.
to
I start channeling Eldritch Blast energy in my hands.
Urborg will.
Jesus,
Urborg will
chill.
kind of. Urborg will give Leiron a bit of a push so that he lightly
Next
goes
to
up against the parapet and be like, "I can't believe I brought a useless boy with me."
What?
Wow. You
Honestly,
Eldritch
Dim-
blast more things than you have.
I've killed a lot more people than you have, Diamond.
You're
And
like, I'm
also,
coming
you
to
need to
help you,
stop
pig,
using-
and then pig's just there with corpses
This
all
is
around.
really
You
such
need to
a
stop
thing
tr-
to argue about at
you
this
need to-
time.
You need to stop trying to put all of your anger towards my character just because I
Yeah.
called you out on cheating.
Oh, this isn't about that anymore.
Oh.
Really?
This
Right,
is the
we've
fact that
moved
your
on
character, this
from
is the
there,
fact that your
barely.
character has annoyed my character for the
How?
past few times that we've gone out.
Why? Like, by doing
He's
what?
self-centered. He only
How?
cares about himself. He only cares
Yeah,
about what
that
he
is true.
can get.
And you're saying you're not Diamond by trying to kill Annihilatrix is pretty self-centered. You're basically just forcing your morals onto.
Yes, well, I have reasons.
That's not Paladin.
Guess
like.
what?
Like,
Guess
I-
what? Leiron has even worse reasons to be the way that.
yeah, but
I
you
mean, I
don't know
don't-
that. I
I
haven't
don't
made
mind
my.
role playing, but this is getting to the point I can't tell if your anger is in character or out of character.
It's in character. Trust me, it's in character right now.
It really isn't, by the sounds
It
of
really is because you're a fucking coward.
See? It's not a coward. It's scared. It's what's it? It's like
Murder hoboing?
No, it's
How many
like,
times? How many
if you
times
found a
has
spy-
frickin'
if you saw a
Urborg
spider
gone
in your-
in, ready
It's
to
like-
ready to lay down his life just to be able to make sure that you live?
But
How many
that's
times
more
has
to
you
He-Man
done
just
that
walks
for
away.
Urborg?
For other people.
Oh
For
my
other
good
people.
god.
For other people to live, yes, but not my character.
What was Scorbeak doing? Did he come back to you?
I'm assuming yes. He came back to me once he scouted the area.
Okay.
Well, looked into the windows.
So round front of the castle here, you can see that
Did-
it's got
so
a
if
single
we-
door.
Did we notice that the person who was the new necromancer or necromancer apprentice person was Enid?
I don't know. Would Mad God remember some minion of the necromancer he met months and months and months ago?
Roll for
Was
it.
it that long?
Probably not. I will roll for it. I've still got that head.
15 or higher.
All right, she
Um,
was,
so
she
later
was
on
like any of 100 minor low-level witches back then.
Hey,
She
Kraken.
did charm long.
Huh?
Charm He-Man.
I
Yes.
I
He-Man
just
held
wanted.
a grudge, but would you care?
I'll roll. I'll roll for history.
Here, I'll put it in text
Probably
chat.
wouldn't remember, but I'll give it my best. Let's say the headband is bringing like a stray thought into my mind
Like,
if this
give
does
me
go
a
through.
second, I deal with the delay.
15.
Okay. So the room there has a throne, like a circular throne. It's like a platform that stacks up and up like pancakes on top of each other, smaller and
I see.
smaller concentric rings, with the throne on top. And sitting in the throne is this witch in like resplendent robes with like a golden helmet with like a halo spreading out from her, and her
Yep.
skin is a little weird and pallid, and her eyes are sort of like sunken into the helmet and in the dark. And
Sunken
and
into the helmet.
she looks very emaciated and a little bit weird. And she's sitting off by herself, and she's got Serena and Smitty sort of attending to her, standing off to the sides as the party goes on.
Okay, so if we are pushing forward, I'm going to tell my party at this point. Okay, fine. I admit it. I was lying. That room, but you have to understand. I have reasons for my fear. That room is infested with enemies. There's hundreds. Well, hundreds is a stretch. There's a lot. There is a lot of enemies in there. And if we are
And
going
they
to go into
will
that,
fall.
But anyway,
later on.
you do recognize Enin, and you know it. Enin is a sworn enemy of He-Man.
I do recognize. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to carry on saying. Okay, and here's the worst part. And I'm going to look over to He-Man, and I'm going to say, now I want you to try not to get angry when I say this, but you remember that witch Enon that charmed you all those months ago? And he's just going to point into the room and nod his head.
While Leiron is doing this with He-Man, Urborg will turn to Dismas and ask if he wants to get up to one of the windows for a possible sniper vantage. So while we're fighting inside, Dismas could be sniping from the window and have advantage.
He kind of like thinks about it. And it's like, that does sound like a good idea, but with how many they say is in the room, I don't have enough bullets to pick all of them off. I was thinking maybe we could do a distraction, maybe get some of the followers or army to disperse.
Like a tiny skull or turtle being thrown at a wall.
Oh, God.
Urborg,
No!
Urborg will stop He-Man before he can reach the door.
I'm going to try and do that as well, but there's no point in me trying because I'll fail.
Urborg
It'll be
is
like-
going to say to He-Man, wait, He-Man, just wait a second, listen to me.
Leiron is
Yeah.
going to like grab onto one of his boots like a child would to his father, and He-Man's just going to drag him
Would
along.
you let me finish my sentence, please?
Yeah, but come on, it's funny.
I'm gonna get
All
a
right.
drink.
Urborg will tell He-Man, now we know that the smugglers and the fishermen are working together. Mayhaps the smugglers brought gunpowder kegs with them, and we can use those to our advantage. We should probably look around first before we do anything rash.
Okay, but I don't see why they would have gunpowder as they're smuggling people, not weaponry.
Smugglers smuggle many things. Plus, how do you
Perfect.
think they're going to keep their weapons fully stocked with ammunition and such if they don't bring powder?
Do we recall any of the fishmen carrying
I like
pistols
I like
or
how you
anything
straight
of
up
the
just
sort?
The
look
fishmen
I'm
did
talking.
not have
at
I'm
guns.
me
talking
and
about the smugglers.
dude, the smugglers are the fish.
No,
I just
Well, I
wanna
mean, they
there
work
are
with human
there are
smugglers.
there are human smugglers as well. They are wanted men that are in the Cove area that bounty hunters were searching for, and there was like a whole list of wanted posters back in town. So there are human smugglers, yes.
Hmm.
But I don't think they'd be around the castle, would they?
Oibel
Well,
will tell you that
Urborg-
the smugglers are further south. They're not here by the castle.
Mm.
Okay, well, there goes my plan out the window.
I mean, we could
Well-
still do a perimeter search and see if anything's around in the area that might help us, but
Yes.
I don't
We should at
know
least.
about that.
Can I send Scorbeak around quickly to survey the area? Maybe there's something we can use.
Okay. Where does he go?
Let's just say that he just makes a full circle of the area of not the area, the the castle.
So, do you see, like on the map, there's these pits, these circles here? If you
Yes.
look at the walls out from there, there's like a window on the upper floor that looks down into the room, sort of on the wall near each of these. There's one above the door, there's one here, there's one here. And on the back side, there's also windows here and here and here. There's no
Okay.
windows along this wall, there's no windows along this wall. If you fly around back, you'll find more stalls with boxes and things. There's a building that's in the far back. And there's a door that's even further back in a corner.
Hmm. But there's
Hey,
nothing.
Mad, since you can get a good view inside of the castle, can you get a good view of what would be if there's anything hanging from the ceiling that we might possibly be able to use as a?
Say this to me in the character. Ask me in
I-
character if I can say
I
that.
am asking you in character, Leiron. Leiron, can you
I'll
see
do
if there's anything hanging from the ceiling that we could possibly drop down on top?
I look through. Leiron raises one of his eyebrows, and his glowing eyes that are looking through Scorbeak look through Scorbeak, and he looks through to see. Is there anything hanging?
Yeah, the room would be lit by large chandeliers. There's probably one above
Lovely.
each of the tables.
Tables. These ones.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so I will say, yes, the area does seem to be filled with 3 chandeliers. How big are they?
Pretty big. Maybe
Yeah, they
10
seem-
foot circle.
They do seem to be large enough to be able to land on top of them, which is what I'm sure you're thinking. That could be a valid option.
Mad God, I'm just gonna say the word outright right now. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Horde. So don't get mad about it later.
But here's the thing, with the height that the chandelier is hanging at, not to mention its size, I can only assume that it would do a sizable amount of damage to that one horde.
Oh, that was rough.
Hang on, let me look up the horde rules before I get too pissed off.
I definitely need a drink after that time. Thank you.
The main thing with horde rules is to have status effects, it has to hit 10 of them.
But it all uses
But
one
the damage
fucking
is still.
hit point.
Isn't also the damage too, not just status effects?
Well, they have one hit point pool, right? But if
Yeah.
if you have an area effect spell that hits like 90% of them, then you can do damage individually.
Well, you did say that these were 10-foot diameter chandeliers, correct?
Well, I don't think he hasn't given a size yet.
No, I did.
He
I
did.
did. They are
This-
10 foot circular. with candles on them.
Diameter.
So
The same
10 foot
size as one of
diameter.
my shatters.
They could do some damage.
Realistic defense, hard grip mode. Here we go. Swarms and hordes. Gargantuan, speed, immunities. Immunity to charmed, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, blah 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 blah. Immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form.
10-foot.
These immunities
Radius?
do not
Yes.
apply when the spell or effect targets 10 members or more.
All right,
Wait, that's
so
only for conditioned spells. What about spells that only do damage? I mean, that wouldn't still.
so going by how big you said that this was. So if this is the centerpiece, that 10 foot, that's
He's
a 10
drawing
foot
them.
circle right there.
It's a little too big. Trying to get it so it's like. Damn it, lag. Tabletop
Yeah,
Simulator's so fucking laggy.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn
you
you,
using-
Netflix and chillers!
I'm pretty sure that hordes should be affecting every member if I'm dealing a spell that deals damage, not conditions. Because it only says that the condition immunities apply in 10 members or more, not damage from spells. The horde retains some of the features of the individual creature. If the horde contains a minority of different creatures, that actually doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, so if the chandelier is this big, it definitely would be affecting more than 10 creatures.
No, it wouldn't.
Be like
Look,
12.
There's 3 creatures in that circle. 1, 2, 3.
You
We can't see it. You've put a hidden area there.
There's 4 here,
that's
4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, alright.
There we go.
So 3 of them.
We can't.
Oh, you're
there's
counting
there's
the
nothing there.
way that there's spaces.
Why are some of these purple? Why have you stolen my color?
There's
Those are just the
I-
colors of the cultists, and the
I
I
other
needed
the
to
brown ones are the
distinguish them
brawlers.
from each other, so when they're
I-
moving around, I
I-
can tell where different ones are.
Okay, these are now my cultists, and I get to control them however I like.
D-
They just
it's
happen to
just
be
the
wearing
D&D
purple
equivalent
robes.
saying there's no price tag, it's free.
So the only entrances other than the windows for the flying Scorbeak is just this door. There's only
Yes.
one entrance.
One
Mhm.
door. 1 door, 6 windows.
We could try to funnel them in, or explode all the cultists in the middle.
So yeah, DM, like I said,
Like
my
fireball.
shatter or things like that does
I don't
affect
think
them.
anybody has fireball.
Only conditional immunity.
Ninja, I
2
have a
fireball
very
beams.
important question.
What's up?
Oh.
So,
3.
if you were able to line up the shot, would it be feasibly possible to hit
Then steal one.
the rope or each chandelier with a single?
No.
Damn.
Are they suspended by a rope or chained?
Chains.
Yeah.
Well, then that will take considerably more to actually knock down.
Unless there's
Yeah,
just
we
something
can't
that
Phantom
drops
of
it.
the Opera this. Sorry, guys.
Hold on, I'm getting a call.
There, I'm back. I got a potato with a sausage in it
Oh boy.
Potato
Delicious.
with a sausage in it.
and chili on top
Bad.
Chili potato
Oh, like a
sausage.
baked potato.
with a hot dog in
It
it.
sounds like a chili dog, but with a potato instead of a bun.
I've never heard of that.
I wanted
an
both,
Idaho?
so I mixed and mashed.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if that was like an Idaho cuisine thing.
But no, I'm just hungry.
We're poor. That's the answer.
Pig Needle, what are you doing during all
was-
this?
I'm trying to talk to Diamond.
Well, I'm listening now.
Thank God. So, explain to me the situation you're confronted with really quick.
Well, I was just trying to think of what's the best way of taking out as many people as dealing as much damage as possible to the greatest amount of people possible. And I thought that we might be able to take down the chandeliers. However, the chandeliers are being suspended by chains, thanks to Leiron being able to look in and see what's going on. Originally, I was going to have Dismas go up to one of the windows and act as a sniper, but she only has 19 bullets left, which wouldn't really help us out in that regard.
Nobody ever just says hello to my monsters. Well, it's not really an option. We know that for a fact that Enon is there, and Enon is non-negotiable.
Where are you guys? I don't even see you on a map.
My second plan was actually for me to just charge in there and just draw everybody's aggro with my Bulwark of Faith while you guys beat the shit out of everything. And
So if
Yeah,
you look
let's
in the
do that.
corner of the table, there's a second map. You're on that second map.
Thank you.
I want it to be known that I do have only one use of Flaming Sphere.
Mm.
Now
that's
keep
not
in
gonna
mind,
melt
you
through the
can't
chains.
see through the walls, so you don't know any of that's in there, except that, Leiron's been freaking out about what's in there.
Well, I did tell the group. You guys know there's a lot of people in there, but just not how they're situated.
Mhm.
However, what's going on in there is a big party. Everybody's at tables, they're eating and drinking and singing and talking to each other. It's a celebration, and it looks like a bunch of the nobility in a castle would just be hanging out and having a good time. However,
Why
there's
don't we
there's
just
also
join?
one pelagic shaman who's sulking in the corner, angrily.
Aw.
I'm seeing all of
The
this.
loner.
Can I talk to him if we go inside? Wait, hold on. I'm a fish. Can I just walk in?
Anybody can do anything they want.
I
Okay,
do
then
have.
Actually, Oibel and
Blue.
Alright, I'm back.
Did you
Sorry.
just
Bloop
forget
would
my
be
name?
able to Bloop. Oibel and Bloop would be able to make a distraction if you needed
Oibel-
a distraction.
Oibel seems very upset that Urborg is volunteering him for anything of the sort.
I'm
Later
not gonna
on-
send Oibel in because he just almost died, and look at his strat.
Guys! Leiron bursts out with inspiration. I have an idea.
I knock
Okay.
on the door.
Well, what
Nope.
is it?
Oh God!
Don't- No, don't. Someone stop him.
Too late.
Well, hang on. Anybody
I have a brilliant idea.
Anybody that's gone for the door has gotten grabbed by literally everybody else. So when you
Yep,
make for the
literally.
door, everybody stops you.
Sorry, I thought we were just trying to make up our minds. I was helping.
Okay, I have an idea. I have a spell that allows me to change the way that I look. Okay, disguise self out of character.
Mhm.
What if I made myself look like one of those cultists, and you all made it look as though you've been captured? Perhaps we could
I
have
don't
a little.
think you'd bring prisoners to a party. Just saying. Unless we're party slaves, then oh yeah, let's party. If you're
This
free
kind of
food.
slave.
Urborg
probably-
will look
that is a
over
good
at
point. They would
Leiron
let
and
us in.
say, "You're not getting me out of my arm."
I'm not trying to get you out of your armor. Perhaps if we, maybe removal of weapons. I'm not sure.
You're not getting rid of my claymore.
That seems like a bad idea.
I'm trying
I was
here, man.
going... You can disguise yourself as anything, right?
Yes, pretty much. As long as it's
Why not make
in my
yourself
face.
look
Bloop.
like? I mean, this lady
Actually,
used to be the necromancer. Why don't you disguise yourself as a necromancer and make himself look like he came back? They might be afraid of you.
Actually, what I was going to say is, can you possibly make yourself a bit bigger with this disguise self?
Only about a foot or a foot up or down. I can't remember. 1 second. Let me look up this
Damn,
guy's
there goes
rules.
my Dagon plan. You could
Hold on.
literally probably illusion yourself
Let's-
to look like Dagon.
Ooh, I might
just do-
have. Wait. I might have. Well, what is it called? Silent image.
Please don't.
Do you also have
Okay,
illusory
next.
voice?
I have 2 spell scrolls of silent image, but I don't have.
You
I
don't
don't
have
have.
illusory voice.
No, not illusory voice. I don't have the what's it
Major-
called?
Minor illusion.
Minor illusion. Yeah, so I can't make the voice unless somebody has thaumaturgy. I look over to Pig Needle.
Nice street deal. But before I talk about that, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay.
There's only one door in here.
There's one door and 6 windows.
Okay. And how high up are the windows?
The windows are 15 feet up. You might be able to climb up onto the awning to get to one of them.
Okay.
How big are
And
they?
then, no, hold on. We're asking important questions right now. This stuff right here, is this actually like a stall?
Let's see. I'll get some tokens and I'll put where the windows are. So
That's helpful.
that
I
You
didn't
can
know
just
windows
draw
were going to be that important.
All of these things are important. Just bear with me for a second. I don't usually talk a
Yeah.
lot, so let me
Important
talk for a
required
second.
tokens. I'm
Or
gonna go
don't.
use time.
There you go. Man, that's helpful. Jesus Christ. Just shut the fuck up for 5 minutes. Anyway, windows, 6 of them, 1 door. How mobile are these things? Are they actually made of wood? Is there cloth on top of them? Can we move them? What about this pile of crates? Is that flammable? Can we start a fire in front of the door to keep them in? And then there
Oh,
are
that's
six windows. Why
okay.
do that when we could just burn them alive?
So let me explain. There's a
We're trying
window.
to save Smitty and Serena.
There's also a
Yeah, we're
window
trying to
above the
rescue
door.
people.
The only window that's easy to get to is this one here, which you could climb. There's like tables, and then there's like wooden posts that connect up to the awning, and the awning is connected to the roof. It's kind of flimsy. You could tear it away. Maybe the table is the sturdiest part of it.
Rescue who, Diamond?
Inside the building is this guy Smitty. He's
No,
been
no. We established that Smitty's evil and in his happy place now. This is not a rescue. Right? We're kidnapping at best.
Damn
We
Serena,
you!
didn't say
it's
he's
just an
evil.
anime
We said
person.
that he's probably bewitched by this person who's known for using bewitching magic.
for real. Yeah, she
Yeah.
uses filters of love. She uses charm person. She's got a very high charisma.
Bigger than
You
mine.
with the weed, not
Yes.
That's why she's queen. Everybody adores her.
I
She
just
has
go
her,
in there and like, guys, attack her.
She has her
So-
own cult.
We need to organize an ambush attack and a rescue at the same time. Who are our 2 best rescuers down under?
I'd say Dismas has the better chance of being able to get Smitty and get out of there while we cause a distraction, since he's a little bit more proficient.
I'm
at
not
being-
going to send Dismas in by himself.
He's not going in by himself. We're gonna cause a distraction. We're gonna
Okay,
tank.
who's going inside the building then?
I will.
Okay, great, thank you.
There's one
That
other
saves
detail.
30
Are you the best person to go into the
One
building?
other detail.
Yes.
You can hear flowing water because there is a sewer that runs under where you're standing.
Hmm.
A s-
Okay. Well, that's probably useful, but hey, about that illusion, can you make a big dragon-like thing?
Yes. Did I ever see Dagon, DM?
The god itself? No.
You saw the statue of it.
No.
Wait a
there's
second. Wait.
there's
I
a
still have
thing
that
on
book.
the wall.
I still have Dagon's book. Can I flip through that? Maybe there's an image of him.
Yeah. Just like any picture of sort of Cthulhu would look pretty similar to Dagon.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, you know, tentacle face. He looks sort of like a mind flayer.
No.
Like the
Dagon
octo
looks Dagon looks way different there. Nick.
How far can you cast an illusion?
I'll have to look up. Hang on. I need
Can
to look
we
up.
transform Smitty into Dagon inside the building?
Well, it would be more like an image starts coming around him. He could easily walk through it. It's a silent image.
So it doesn't move with him. You can't cast it on somebody.
I can move it, and I wouldn't be able to see him through the illusion. Actually, could I?
I have an
I have the
idea.
helmet.
I have a legitimate idea. Okay, so can you sort of do multiple
60 feet
illusions
range.
at the same time?
No, it's concentration.
Damn, I was gonna say if we could make. Oh wait a minute, you'd need 2 different spells. You'd need silent illusion and illusory script.
What?
Because
Okay.
here's what I was thinking. We could
Illusory script
make-
is writing.
well exactly. We would make writing in the pelagic language so that this seems like it's a message coming from Dagon himself.
I believe you can pull that off with prestidigitation as well.
Can you just use
Don't have
forgery?
All of my spells are friggin' combat focused.
How dare you?
Why we have more than one spellcaster?
Well,
Yeah.
because some keep you alive and some don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
not
I have
every
no
single
idea what move
cantrip you
spells are.
have is focused on combat, right, Pig?
I don't know, that might not be true.
Well, you said you had thaumaturgy.
Oh, I don't know your
Yeah.
spells. I'm just asking.
That's to scare people. I have a lot of
Yeah,
lot
it
of
doesn't
spells.
only have to be used to scare people. Well, it can be scared to use people scare people in this instance.
Yeah, I don't know what else to use it for though. You know? Normally the hammer works just fine.
Remind me what thaumaturgy.
Makes your
Uh,
voice big and booming and other
Yeah.
theatrical effects like that.
Couldn't
Mm.
we
You
just-
know when Gandalf shouts Bilbo Baggins in
Mhm.
the
Yeah, basically.
Couldn't
All
you
right.
just yell into your hands to get that?
We could actually probably make this work. Matt, Leiron, if you use your silent image, and Pig, if you use your thaumaturgy, you might be able to cause enough of a distraction for.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's a plan. We can send Dismas in as an infiltrator, possibly
That's
you in as a distraction, and then smuggle him out pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a plan. We're gonna say that's plan A, okay? What's
Well,
plan
now
B?
Plan B would be I'll rip my bulwark of faith out and start slashing.
That's a bad plan B.
So, plan A.
What about the sewer here? Should we look at that? Do you think it runs under the building?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Boy,
I will
those
ask
pictures of
later on
Dagon. Yikes.
Leon says, "I have no idea, or I can see this. Well,
Can we scout
I
it?
see some crates.
Can we
Ninja-
explode something under here so that it
I'm-
collapses them into the sewer?
I'm
Nothing
going to
says we're
make
here to
a
rescue
religion
like
roll to
blowing up
see
the
if I
building,
can
right?
get aid from God.
Blow up the castle floor.
Give it your best shot, Diamond. Diamond. Okay, so Urborg begins to just kneel in prayer, like a knight with a sword out in front, and like kneel down before the sword, head to the sword hilt, praying, "God save us from this army of the wicked," or whatever. What's
Yeah,
your roll?
you're gonna have to give me you're gonna have
Or
to give me
whatever.
a minute because I just got a gut wrenching feeling because I have a +0 for a modifier.
No.
A paladin with +0 on a religion roll. Oh no.
Well, religion, it makes no sense. Religion is intelligence.
You're like, I'm so devout,
Well, it's
but I
your
have
knowledge.
no idea what the tenets of my religion are.
All right, here we go.
I don't know what God wants.
That is suspiciously accurate to how you RP your character.
Yeah.
God, love everyone. His version, kill
Here's
everyone.
my check. I made it.
I just want to confirm, by the way, while this is all going on, I'm arching Scorbeak around the area to make sure that we don't get ambushed. Or, there are any enemies coming around here or here or here.
The castle courtyard is suspiciously empty.
And Ninja suspiciously quiet.
Counting enemies.
Open the door. Come and have a go if you think
I
it
have
ought
a
to.
really
We just run.
gut wrenching feeling right now. I mean, yes, it was a good roll, but
I'd love it if my patron got in the way of your divine. Because my patron hates me.
Diamond, pick 3
Yes.
people to benefit from your prayer.
Dismas, Pig Needle, and with some reluctance, Leiron.
Okay, all 3 of you get the benefit of aid. You get 5 temporary HP for 8 hours.
Just give aids to the party.
I did say that I cast False Life before. I don't need hit.
Well, then it does
It's
nothing
no.
for
It's
you,
'cause
but it
someone
helps the other
like
2.
Me.
That's what happens when you pray, I guess.
I recommend you give it to a soft and squishy fish, not.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what I'm receiving. That's why he
Yeah,
said pick.
It's random.
Yeah, I'm saying pick me, please.
Well, too
It's
late.
too late.
He said it. He said it, and it's done.
Can I cast False Life on other people? I don't think I can. Chill touch.
Well,
Nope, it's a range of self. Sorry.
doesn't aid also kind of give like the blessed condition or something?
It gives you 5 HP and 5 max HP for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Diamond,
Okay.
I'm mad at
Ooh,
you
an
now.
extra
You
fact-
spent all your time yelling at Lay.
So
Extra 5 max
if you had damage, it healed you for 5 also.
Fox, you have to realize I was praying for aid so that we could get this mission done, and the 3 most important people here are Pigneedle, Leiron, and
Yeah, you said I'm important.
I'm offended.
Infended.
Don't let the praise go to your head, Leiron.
Yes, because
Yay,
I
I'm
did
used-
say, I do
Too late.
quote, I said with reluctant.
Okay, well, regardless of that, we still haven't come up with a plan. So, are we proposing Plan C sewers? Are we going to investigate more into that, or are we going to go through with Plan A, disguise Dagon?
I think that the sewer is worth investigating because that may be a way for me to get out.
Wait, what are we gonna say? It's not like we can just be like, I'm Dagon and I'm here to order McDonald or. You know?
Well, if we're going with Plan A, then we can work on that. We can decide what we're going to say in.
While you guys plan, is it okay if I, in character, well, just assume that my character knows what Dagon would probably say, because I used to practice under him or it. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to voice your opinion, feel free.
I don't know what he would say, so I'm just assuming my character just spits out a phrase.
Praise Dagon.
Hmm.
You
Dagon.
worthless fish. Feed me your younglings.
Feed me, Seymour.
I'm
Probably
just gonna
wants to
say,
crack.
I'm just gonna say we're gonna go straight with Plan Z. I'm gonna fucking sacrifice myself because I am sick and tired of
Plan Z.
everybody making fun of me for playing my paladin the way that I want to play my paladin.
Hold
can
on, did
play
you
your
did you
paladin.
want to be the forgetful paladin? Just real quick.
You can play your paladin however you want to play your paladin, but if you have an opinion, you have to understand that that opinion is open to interpretation.
It's not
Yes,
fair
well-
to push your morals onto someone and then get mad when they say no.
And see, that's why I just want to get my character killed so that we can save Smitty and I can just make a new character. Because I'm
So-
sick and tired
Could
of
just
of
change
being
your
under
attitude.
fire about it.
Again. Character number 3. What's it gonna be this time?
Probably a fighter.
I've been lucky with my character number 3.
Fighter. Come on. Nobody ever plays a caster. Come on. Occultist.
Ahem.
Close.
You're a vessel that doesn't heal and a sorcerer.
That's my nickname for you, the Vestal that doesn't heal.
In some cases, I think
I
I
heal a
would
lot now.
consider you a witch out of character.
I'm a warlock.
No, you're a bitchy witch.
No, which is our female. What's it called? Female only.
Yes.
Oddly enough, the same goes for
Which is asexual? I'm
Actually, they were back in Britain. Apparently, a lot of males were said to be witches.
Yeah. Warlock is more of a modern invention.
I always interpreted warlocks as the male equivalent of witches.
These
Witches
days.
are the culinary arts of magic. You make a potion.
Actually,
It's all demonic black arts in it.
I have a plan. I'm going to be a rogue occultist. There. We have spellcaster and sneak and backstabber at the same time.
We do already have a rogue.
As a new character?
Yes.
Why don't you just bring back Fennec and then finally decide on like Arcane Trickster or something? Or
That's
change
what I was thinking.
The
Dismiss,
return of
we can have
Fennec.
another rogue.
Have people forgiven
Wait, I have
Fennec for
competition?
Definitely not.
no?
How long has it been?
It's been a month at least, maybe more.
Fennec went into hiding.
Yeah, from us, we are who she's hiding from.
Maybe Annihilatrix went and joined Fennec's gang.
That would be a weird twist.
I thought Fennec joined what's his name? The big guy.
Amagoya?
That's it, Amagoya.
Amagoya? No, Fennec was intentionally trying to sabotage Amagoya from
It's-
within.
It's up in the
She's a
air.
vampire now.
No, you
Annihilatrix
wouldn't know this
will.
because you've never gone back there.
She'll align with somebody, but I haven't really decided yet.
We can't go back there. We have to save Smitty.
Yes, we do. Now, I'm all for just going in there and sacrificing myself so that everybody else can get Smitty out. Any objections?
Okay.
Oh,
well,
1,000.
that-
Yes,
that-
billions.
hey,
Because
I have something.
we have other.
Oibel's gonna hide behind Bloop and then tug at the binds that you're tying him up and holding him with. And he's gonna say, "We should get out of here. We're gonna die in pelagic." So only Bloop understands it.
Wait, he's binded?
No, he's unbinding himself.
No, I thought you guys tied him up, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, it was like, follow me if you want to live, and then I showed him the arm I chewed off of another.
Okay, well he's not tied up. Well, anyway, he's just gonna tug at you like a golem, like, come, master, come. We should leave here. We will die.
I'll do this. I'll do this. I will tell him in, like, I don't know, my deep speech voice. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna try and rescue Smitty or do, I don't know, something to interfere. You don't have to come in, but remember that if I don't come out alive, you can go back to the town and there's a pool there you can live in.
He,
Freely.
he's gonna hide in this sewer here. Just his head pokes out.
Okay.
You get my pool
Okay.
when I die.
Actually, I would like to investigate the sewer and see if this underground area connects, because
Okay.
that might be useful to know.
There's a series of narrow pipes that you could go down in there and crawl through. However,
Okay, how narrow is it?
it's not very pleasant down there.
Well, yes, it's a sewer. But we are already all wet from fish water and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, the sewer connects to the inside of the building. All of the water flows down through the sewer and out into the ocean.
Is she gonna
Okay.
get swept up by the current? Or is
No,
it too
it's
not-
it's a very shallow incline, so you can just sort of like crawl in through there. It'll be like that scene from the Shawshank Redemption, though. You better have some soap afterwards.
Oh yeah, there's gonna
Don't
be
worry.
some very deep cleaning after this session is over.
Get it deep then.
Assume we all get out alive, of course.
Well, one thing's for sure. If the situation arises where it looks like you guys are going to be overrun, I'm gonna just go no holds bar and sacrifice myself to make sure that you guys get away.
That's
We're
fine. But
counting
just
on it.
remember, if you do go back to Fennec and be another character, you don't get to pull the same shit again because
Yeah, I'm
we're
not
still
going to.
We're still playing of the same mindset. You can't force your ideology onto us. We get a voice too.
What was it
I'm just
exactly?
gonna be
Fennec
different.
fireballed the party and killed a pet, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You kill my pet, you get your arm eaten off. Right here, right now.
Fox, you have to understand, at the time, Fennec didn't know what the necklace exactly did. She only knew that it did something magical and figured that there was no possible way that there would be any serious repercussions afterwards. And then afterwards
Yeah, but
tried
that
to
makes no sense.
immediately apologize. Let me finish.
Oh boy.
Tried
You
to
said it.
immediately apologize to the party and then kind of went into hiding because the town guard was supposedly looking for her for the murder of somebody who she did not murder.
I am almost certain you did not try to apologize. I think you were defending the fact that it worked. But that wasn't the point. The point was you'd stolen from, well, me.
Yes, but what did Fennec do? She gave Shien, the sword that the iron katana that she had before, as an apology for what happened, though she wasn't able to do it face to face.
That's not as good as the loss of a pet. You can't just revivify a pet and
Yeah, a hound costs 50 gold. Come on, man.
And how much does a sword of undying cost there, ninja?
I don't know. I'm joking. I'm joking. Clearly that was a joke. Come on.
Yeah, that was.
I'm sorry, I'm still stressed out from that.
50 gold per hound. Uh,
I knock. Fuck this. I knock.
Oh Christ! Okay.
I just waited like 30
Christ,
minutes.
nutcracker.
So
Ready up Sahuag.
I'm
Okay,
already
Planty.
at the fuck it stage. I'm just gonna go in
Great.
there and I'm gonna start slashing.
all right.
Planty.
A demon lord or something.
The door is opened by an acolyte of the cult. She's going to
And
look.
I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that I was holding an action to wait for
Ah.
the door to open to Holy Lance.
Oh,
You should have,
try
but
and
you didn't.
Oh
diplomacy?
boy, I was gonna say like, hey, Smitty is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here for Smitty.
Just ask.
Right.
Like I told everybody, I'm already at the fuck it stage.
Then ask if Smitty can come play.
Yeah, but that's you.
See if his
not the
mom will let
character.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
Character, you're at the
I'm
fucking
gonna
stage.
take a
not the
few
character.
moments.
The
I need to call some.
Pig Needle, the cultist who opens the door, she looks at you, and she looks at the others, and her eyes narrow
Hi.
a little bit, and she's going to say, "You don't seem like the usual brigands we see around here. Are you new?"
Oh no, regular brigands. Yeah. We're just from
We
further
actually-
on the other side
we-
of town.
We found a flyer outside, preaching about this new Lord Dagon, and we were kind of hoping to get in on the action, you know.
Do you guys give tours?
Dagon. We're not worried about Dagon. That's not what we do here, sir. What we do
Oh.
here is we enchant magical weapons. We create the most powerful magical guns the world has ever seen, and our forces are unbeatable. And
Ah.
if you would like to purchase from us, what are you offering to the cult?
What do you mean the
depends.
most powerful? Like I'd have to see this. I find that hard to believe. I
Yeah.
mean, this of all places, you make the best.
We need to see it before we buy it. Besides, what would you ask of us? What exactly is the quote-unquote currency that you need in order to, make
I've
business?
got 2 turtles.
Money. Obviously
Money,
money.
of course.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know. You could be associated with the Dagon worshippers. Maybe you trade in clams or something.
She shakes her head and she says, "No. We rule through money and commerce. We have done trade with the brigands through their illicit operations. We've provided them with weapons, and they've brought in quite a few supplies and a lot of money. And so our business operations have been very successful, and we're currently celebrating." And she's gonna hold up her wine glass and laugh and say, "So if you've got nothing to offer, then we have no business to do with you."
No. We have plenty to offer. We just don't know what you offer. Perhaps we could be allowed in to carouse your wares, or is this, not the
Are you
selling
busy?
area? As it
Just
were?
a bad time.
She'll tell you that she'll see if the lady will speak with you now, but the festivities are commencing, so we might not have time for you right now. Please hold. And she closes the door.
Oh, I was gonna
So-
ask something before she closed.
The
Well,
lobby.
Leiron's gonna go up to Leiron's gonna go up to He-Man and he's just gonna say, "Okay, now there's a very high likelihood that it's gonna be Enon. Please don't kill her. Please. I can beg. Please. He-Man,
Okay.
please."
so Bloop, you wanted to interject. What did you want to say?
I was straight up just gonna ask her if I could go inside for the food and the wine.
Nope.
Nope,
Got
she just
turtle.
closes the door.
Oh,
Too late.
Nope.
hey, I tried. Okay.
Okay.
Leiron's got his fingers crossed, like, please don't immediately kill us. Please don't try and immediately kill us.
Can I inspect this grate? Is there a grate or is it just a hole?
Yeah, there's a metal grate. You can pull it up and out, and then you can get down there. There's a ladder that descends down.
Doing it. Guys, come on.
That's where I inspected the sewer, right?
Any of these circles is a sewer entrance.
Yeah,
just
I'm
put Bubbly
definitely
where he
gonna
was
duck
standing.
it there before this lady comes back. I don't think she saw me because I'm too far back.
Yeah, you were way over here. You hadn't moved when the party went forward. Do you want to go to this hole, or do you want to go to the one that Oibel's hiding in?
I won't bother with Oible.
Okay,
I'll just
Oibel's
try and
already
get-
claimed one, so you go to the next one down.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
Pigneedle, Dismas
God.
has just climbed down here.
Yeah, I'll replace the manhole above me as I enter.
Okay.
Thank God we tried, in some way, shape, or form, diplomacy, because
Just knock on the
I feel like
door.
this-
That's all you gotta do.
I feel like this is almost a definite, if you attack us, you're dead scenario
Yeah.
proposed by the DM.
They have guns. We're fucked.
They sell them, but are they armed with them right now while they're celebrating?
That's like
That's a
asking.
good
Yeah.
question.
You walk
Yeah,
into
they
a
like-
gun store. Are they
Well, they're all wearing
carrying?
heavy armor.
Yeah.
This is this their business stalls or this is their dining halls? If their stalls are out here, like we have the guns.
It's
No, no,
probably
no.
party.
All of their stuff is put away. But yes, these are the stalls where they do business out here when they sell their arms.
Oh,
Search through the crates.
But they're not selling it at the moment.
No. They're having a celebration because they've concluded like a lot of really big jobs. They
the
recently,
sales quarter party.
yeah,
They've made some
apparently,
big contract sales.
yeah, this is all black market stuff. Business has been good. Okay, some time passes before the witch returns.
I'll stay here, and if people move, I'll put Bubbly where Pigneedle was.
Okay, so she's gonna look around. She's gonna see Bloop there, and she's going to nod to Bloop as if she's familiar with the pelagics, and she's going to tell Bloop.
Hello.
She's going to tell Bloop that your shaman is in here if you want to go to speak with your shaman. The others, you have been granted an audience if you wish to come in and speak with the lady.
Okay, I'll walk in and go to the shaman. Where's the shaman?
Okay, so the witch, she steps off to the side of the door. She's going to point towards the dais for the others, but for you, she points towards the table in the back where the pelagic shaman is having a drink with this cultist brawler.
Okay, I'll say to her like in bad common, just thank you,
Okay.
like Oibel does.
Okay, so you circle through the room, and there's a bunch of cultists, right? Everybody's wearing these purple robes, and they've all got like the golden helmets on. They are all like resplendent with like decked out in finery that looks very expensive.
She.
Are we permitted to follow?
Well,
You
so
don't
the
follow
witch,
me, you
the
got-
witch is saying for you guys to talk to the lady in the throne there, Lady Enin.
Okay. I'm gonna say to my companions, okay, guys, remember, just try and. This is in old like language now, so like, be ye warned, careful, whatever. But in reality, I'm saying, okay, guys, be fucking cool, be chill. Remember the coronavirus
Back to normal.
crisis? Remember the coronavirus?
God.
Oh, I don't know. I've just been going through a load of Boris Johnson's speeches, and like 90% of the time, he's just very subtly saying, "Stay the fuck at home! What are you doing? Stop having parties!"
Some of the Italian mayors are the best. You should look at the Italian mayor
Yeah.
compilations.
Right. You are not Will Smith. This is not I Am Legend. Go the fuck up.
The police will be coming with flamethrowers.
I put on an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent and say, "Okay, everyone, chill."
Oh my God.
Bit
Okay.
of Batman
Like
Frank.
the worst
Stay
quote.
outside since she probably recognizes me most.
So have you stepped inside, or are you standing out here, He-Man?
I'm wondering if I should stay outside or not,
I'm
because she
following
might
the cultists.
recognize me.
Right now,
Hey,
nobody's
do you
seeing
want
you.
to come with me?
Well, this cultist has seen him,
You
but
come
you
with
know,
me.
Does Enon recognize Leiron?
So
probably.
she really seems distracted. She doesn't really care, and she's just bored. And so when you guys come forward, you get to near the dais. You
Am
will
I the
see
only one going in?
so far.
Diamond, you're not coming.
Bloop is in here,
Put
but
on
she went to see the
blindfolds, I think he
shaman.
went.
I think Diamond said he got up, so
Taking
he's
the
not
sewer like a
dead.
normal
Okay.
person.
So
Got up,
Urborg is having a seizure and hasn't moved yet, so it looks like it's just you
He's
for
like-
diplomacy.
He's like in the middle of like he's saying we need to kill them all, and everyone is like no, and he's like oh I got
I've
it,
returned.
like frothing at the mouth. He's like people going against me.
Okay,
We have
so
gone for the diplomacy route.
Kraken,
Apologies, I did
Yes.
have to take a smoke break and
It's okay.
talk to somebody.
it's fine, it's fine,
Okay.
it's fine. So
What,
Kraken,
what you got for me, Ninja?
Kraken, you and Pig Needle enter the
Yes.
sewers, right? And
Yes.
it's tight, so you have to squeeze. And so you're squeezing through these narrow passages, and it smells really bad. So both of you need to roll a Constitution save.
Great.
It's
Wait,
a
who?
it's a DC 8 Constitution save, or you begin throwing
Oh,
up.
All right.
Okay.
Please roll for me.
All right.
Wait,
know
what do we
my
need to roll?
modifier.
A d20?
It's just me and Pig.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying. Okay.
Your constitution is 0. Wow, there's nothing here.
Okay, so maybe you like pinch your nose or something, but you got an 11 plus your modifier, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, I got a 12 then.
Pig Needle, can you stomach the stench of the sewers?
Yeah, I'm just looking at something. Okay, wisdom and charisma. Got it. God.
I walk in as casually as possible and just shake the cultist's hand
Okay.
as just like go in.
I rolled an 11.
An 11, that's good. All right. So Dismas,
Yes.
I'm gonna say like roll an insight,
I think we're there.
and you get a nat
Insight?
20. You get a nat 20 on your insight check, so you have a pretty good
Okay.
sense of direction for where to go. And if you lead the way,
Okay, yep.
you'll get to the spot you want to get to.
Cool. Yes.
I thought insight was
Insight.
only people lying.
And as far as where we want to get to, I figured that since we are supposed to be doing the rescuing pig, it would probably be best to try and get toward the front of the room. Do you agree with that?
So did you get? I'll basically let you pick. Do you want to go to this one in the front behind the throne, or in the back behind the throne?
I think this is the right one.
I think, yeah, the front one would probably be best. It's closest to the only door.
This one? Okay,
Oh, I meant, well, I meant the
You,
other one,
you
but
want this one?
this one, closest to the door.
closest to the door. Yeah, sorry, there's a bit of a lag on
So
Twitch, so
what we want to do is grab Smitty and run through this door. So coming from here was what I was after.
Mind if I send my familiar with you guys just to keep an eye on you guys if I have to relay information?
Go for it. There's just the two of us down here, so that would help.
yeah.
Okay, so Pig Needle's urging you to go further in. Do you want to continue towards the back of the room?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. I forgot that there was one like literally right in front of the door. I did mean like closest to the door, but by the throne.
Okay,
If
so
that's possible.
squeezing through these narrow sewer tunnels, you're moving at about half speed, so you make it 15 to 20, maybe 30 feet. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll take some time for you to get through. So you guys are crawling through the sewers. It smells really bad, but you'll make it. You're determined, and you're getting there, but it'll take a moment. So Bloop, you've moved to the back of the room. You're in this grand dining hall. Now, the shaman is here. You don't know this shaman. You've never seen him before. Well, maybe during combat. He ran away from combat when you were way in the beginning of this dungeon weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
However, he doesn't specifically recognize you. He's going to look at you and say, survivor, in deep speech, of course, so the others don't understand. I thought we were wiped out. I thought
I'd
they'd
be like,
killed us all.
I'm Oibol. Just kidding.
Oibol, I think I remember you. A lesser soldier in the group, one of the groupers.
Yeah.
Oh, there were so many once. So many.
Yeah.
This is genocide. He grabs you by the shoulder and shakes you and says, "We've been wiped out."
Well, I will. I will tell him a few things. I will ask him what he's doing here and why does he look so well. Actually, I could probably tell why he looks sad. His family's dead.
Oh,
Why are you sad? My family is dead.
Oh,
that'll do it.
yeah, I could probably guess that. But I'm gonna ask him why he's in the back. Like, what's going on in here? Who are those people at the front? Does he know?
Well, it's a long story. The entire region here has numerous factions, right? So there's us, the Pelagic Piranha Men, and we worship Dagon, and we were working with the witch Enin. She was the necromancer's apprentice at one point, and she's
Oh.
provided me with so many specimens of zombies that explode. I was going to take them to the hamlet and lay siege to the place and murder all of the fishermen that have been taking the fish away from our children's mouths. We could have wiped them out with these exploding zombie corpses. It would have been grand and ironic that their own dead bodies would be used to slaughter their people, and Dagon would have been so pleased, and all of my plans have been foiled, and all of my brothers have been slain.
Do you remember this pig needle? You're the one who killed all of them.
Good thing we're not here.
And the worst part is my crabs, my poor babies. I raised them from when they were only this big, and he cups his hands.
Yeah.
They were only this big once, and I fed them for 10 years, and they're
Oh,
all gone now.
Yeah, that was us.
All 2 of them.
They
Well-
were delicious. Just if that helps.
Kind of like wipe some of the crab remnant off my. I will tell him, and I will apologize to him. But I will tell him he has to keep it a secret, or else.
Well, he's gonna
I-
tell you. He's
Or
gonna
else
tell
what?
you that there's no place for him here now. The brigands have taken control of the south, and now they're likely to expand into the west. And we don't want to go to the north because there's strange things that come from higher up in the dungeon.
Well,
Oh.
I will tell him that my name is actually Bloop, and Oible's currently hiding 'cause he's scared of this place.
He's gonna narrow his eyes and say, "Who?"
Bloop.
He's gonna look you over at your markings and realize that you're a slightly different shade than he is. Like maybe your
Uh-oh.
scales have a different tint to them. And he sort of
I'm
like
green, he's red.
he sort of sneers at you a little bit, and he says, "Ah, you're an outsider. You're not even one of us."
I will tell him that I used to worship Dagon, but I was a slave to Dagon's cult, and now I don't feel so strongly about
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Hey, just remember there's a cultist literally right here, and so if he does anything, the cultist's gonna be like,
Well, this is all in Pelagic, so he doesn't speak it.
Yeah.
The shaman, he's gonna just take a long drink. He's getting very drunk, and he just seems defeated, and he's gonna say, whatever. I'm a wanderer now too, just like you.
I will ask him if he would like to join Oibul and me in my quest to finally make another underground water village under the hamlet.
He says, "Fine, whatever. Leave me to my drink," and he just drinks more.
Okay. I will give him a turtle by his side.
Okay, he eats it.
Okay then.
He's
Do what you
thankful.
gotta do, I guess.
He's thankful, but he was also hungry.
Figured as much.
Can I ask what's going on with the rest of us?
Yes. Okay. Well, hang on. Okay. So, He-Man, you follow Leiron in, and so
Diamond's following him.
the witch, she actually stays by the door. She just sort of pointed, and she says, "The lady will speak with you now, and you can step forward." Enin is here, and she's not really talking. She was just like daydreaming, and she looks over and she perks up a little bit, and she's gonna look down at you imperiously. And
She on a high throne.
Yeah, she's on a high throne. The dais goes up maybe like 10 feet, and she looks down at you, and she's going to say, "Welcome, welcome. Are you a local lord of some sort, a noble from the Crimson Court, perhaps? The way you're dressed, it would seem you are of a classier sort than most of the brigands I've seen here."
Laren says, "Oh well, thank you for the compliment. Your, I'm not sure what the term is. Highness? How do you like to be referred to?"
No, you could just call me Lady Ennin.
Very well, my lady. I thank you for the thank you for the compliment. Before we do carry on, I would just like to ask: you don't recognize my friend here at all, do you?
Oh my god.
She looks at He-Man. What
I
kind
want
of
to be. I
what
want to be on
kind
good
of-
terms with this guy. No lies.
what kind of armor is He-Man wearing? Because I think at the time He-Man probably had different armor on, different equipment.
I have now. I don't think I was really wearing any before. Or I was wearing like bronze armor.
Do you
Yeah,
have
now
some
I have
sort
iron
of
armor.
Do you have some sort
And
of
a helmet.
helmet on?
Yeah, I have a helmet on now. I didn't have a helmet before. I got
Okay.
that like in the Warrens or something.
So does it have a visor? Does it cover your face? Probably not. Like maybe a little bit. Maybe it's got like a nose guard and covers your cheeks a bit.
Yeah, no, just as its iron helmet.
Anyway, she'll look at you and she'll say, "He's quite large. Is he your bodyguard?"
Kind of. I guess traveling companion would be better. Would be a more astute term. But you know, in our relationship, it's more I do the talking and he does the. He looks at his chest, intimidating, if you were.
Hmm.
I do the swinging.
Yeet. Who died?
I hope you say that to her. I do the swinging.
Also,
Yeah.
Mask your voice.
she's gonna look at Urborg, and Urborg, do you have any religious things on you? Holy water, crosses, anything obvious?
I have been wondering what
My
do
holy
you
water
use
is in my
as-
backpack, so it wouldn't be in plain sight.
Do you appear to
I
be
have
just an
been-
armored knight then?
Please say
Yes.
yes.
I
Okay.
have been wondering though, Diamond, what do you use as an arcane
Okay.
focus?
I don't have an arcade. What are you talking about?
For
In
I
order to
have a
cast-
holy symbol. I have a holy symbol in my backpack as well.
Right,
Oh, you don't
'cause,
have it
you
as
know,
a necklace or something, or a symbol on your like
Nope.
tapestry on your chest plate, or on
Nope.
your shield, or anything like that. Okay.
And
So-
if you all remember, I have a Pelagix tower shield.
Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't an engraving on your shield due to that.
Okay, so
But-
no obvious symbols saying that you're a devoutly religious member of the church or anything. And the same goes for
Nope.
Leiron. Nothing obvious to. So you just look like a noble with a knight and another armored bodyguard of some sort.
And a fish.
All right. Well, she doesn't seem to recall you
That's-
specifically. She looks at He-Man and just thinks that you're a well-guarded individual, probably of wealth and possibly good breeding, a
Taste.
noble perhaps.
Good breeding.
So
Okay.
anyway,
Um,
she's saying she's gonna tell you that she's done some business with these rogues here, the smugglers, and business is good, and perhaps you would also like to trade in powerful weapons.
Oh yes, of course. I relish the opportunity to make any trade and any new contacts and companions, as it were. Wink, wink. In any field, if you happen to have what we're interested in, I'm happy to make any
Look at yours.
have a well, I wouldn't say relationship. Make a business proposal with you.
Okay.
Eyebrow raise.
Contract.
Doing
Transaction.
business or coming on to her?
Although I
Why not both?
Although, before we begin, I do have to ask, because it's nagging at me, why exactly do you have a man on your left shoulder?
So, in attendance, there is. She's going to look over her right shoulder. She's going to point. She's going to say, "So, Lady Serena," and to my left is Sir Smitty, and these are my attendants. They see to my needs, and they are higher ranked than any of my others. They're the most privileged members of my court. They're like like my nobles if I were a queen." And she sort of looks off wistfully thinking about the power that she'll have someday based on all the wealth that she's accruing and the magic she's gaining from being here at the heart of the darkest dungeon almost. So close to the source of her power. Anyway, she's going to go into a spasm of coughing fits.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Damn, she went from mildly hot to. Yeah.
So that-
Look at those teeth. You can see every single one of them.
And then she
Uh,
recovers, and she is sort of like wipes her mouth. Some drool is coming out, and she says, excuse me. I feel somewhat drained. Crafting magical items has taken a lot out of me, and I've sold my entire stock recently to the brigands to the south. The smugglers bought everything that I had, but
I'll ask her if she wants to like sit down or something. You want me to get her a chair?
she's in a throne.
Whatever. I tried to help.
Yeah, she's already sitting.
Do
Got the best chair in the house.
you want a drink or something? I don't know. I'm trying.
You
Yeah.
You do seem quite unwell, Your Grace. Perhaps you should not. Speaking, of course, with the utmost respect, but perhaps you should take some time to yourself to recover from all of this strenuous activity. It doesn't seem good for your health.
She nods her head and she says, "You are right. You are right. The dark powers of this place are somewhat corrupting. I've seen things that you wouldn't believe in the darker recesses, and through the knowledge I have gained, I've been able to craft things that you wouldn't think possible."
I'm interested in dark magic. It's one of my negative quirks, so I'll ask her to tell me lots of stories.
She's going to tell you you would go mad if you had witnessed the things she's seen. The other places and the things that dwell there are unlike what you are used to seeing, not like the animals and the people. These are something else entirely.
Is it like creepy fly mosquito thing?
Well, she's going to say that there is certainly a price that is paid interacting with these forces from outside of our known universe. And then she's going to go into another spasm of coughing fits. And
Leiron is going.
and tentacles will start to like come out of her from like different angles. And then she goes back to
Leiron
normal.
Leiron's going to ask the witch. Tell me, Your Grace. You know, I'm sure that you've heard of a town, a village to the west. Where is this west? Let's just say west. To the west of here, known as the Hamlet. I was just wondering, what allegiance or alignment would you have towards these people?
Oh, what do I care?
Well, I don't know. Do you care?
I do not. All I care about is money, and she's gonna rub her fingers together. She's gonna tell you that forming an empire is expensive. Running a cult
Fair
and
enough.
feeding all these people is expensive, and so I am all in it for the money. Unlike the necromancer, he had big dreams about conquering the world and killing everybody and making them undead. I'll make an undead or two. I have that power. The necromancer taught me a thing or three about crafting a zombie, I'll tell you. But my goals are not to destroy the world. My goals are to make a lot of money and live well.
Hey, Ninja.
Well, fantastic. Well, fantastic.
enough.
Let
Can
down
I-
the door.
Can I ask you to do something for me?
What's up?
So, since she's talking about all this stuff, and I am a very devout member of the church,
Please, no.
would you
God,
say that
no.
rolling
Please, no.
percentiles, rolling percentiles to see just how calm and collected or should I roll insight checks to see how calm and collected I can stay through all of this?
How about you don't
No.
roll anything? Don't roll anything. Just RP your character.
Please
Well,
don't.
Yes.
If I'm to RP my character, then I'm going to have to stay silent as the.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just have a fit inside your armor. Just like have yourself twitching constantly. You okay, Obug?
I'm already. I think I might. I think I might need to get some water because I think my eye is actually twitching
Right.
Perfect.
right now.
Well, there's
Yep.
drinks everywhere. There's a party going on, so you're welcome to go grab some drinks off the table over here.
Oh, I'm not talking about my character. I'm talking about
Yeah, he's
myself.
talking.
you can go.
Alright.
I need
I
to
am
go get
going-
some.
Hydrate yourself. Go. It's fine.
So I am going to tell the witch. Well, this is fantastic. We actually happen to be, I hesitate to say members, more affiliations of the hamlet. We do regularly go there for all of our business, and I was quite suspicious because your two, what did you call them? Then no, your personal nobles. Yes, we actually happen to know them. Well, I hesitate to say know them. They're more a mild acquaintance to me, but my friend here did happen to have quite an outstanding relationship with them. I was just wondering what happened to them.
Now, when you're
We
saying
live-
that, Serena goes over here and she hugs Smitty, and she has a frown on her face, and she's gonna like wrap her arms around him and say, "Smitty's mine. We're married now. You can't have him." And
Oh no, I
she
I don't want
drags him. She drags him a few feet down the dais back this way.
I'll tell her, not interested. I'm a fish, it's the wrong species.
The
no,
witch,
we don't. Oh no, we don't care about the man. We're just wondering what happened.
the witch Enin is going to shrug and she's going to say, "Lady Serena has chosen her man, and you know she gets what she wants, and so they are my nobles now. He's well treated, your man. If you need payment, if he was a slave," she says, you know, quietly. "If he was your slave, I could pay you."
No,
Thank you, my dear.
Wait, let's lie. Just tell her that we are and we get free money.
well, I just feel wrong not saying anything about Israel.
Leon's going to say he wasn't a slave per se, but we did rely on him quite a bit. He was very well paid, and it did largely inconvenience us when he just up and left his job.
Serena's like whispering in Smitty's ear, and then Smitty's gonna come forward and he's going to say, "I'm much happier here. You should go away."
Oh,
I'm gonna go over to Smitty.
why don't
I'm
you
just
go
saying,
away
as
with
a,
that?
as a business,
Out of character, I'll tell you guys right now, I am really fighting hard of just grabbing him right here and now and book.
Are we up through the sewer pipe?
I'm gonna go and
Good
use the toilet.
question.
So at this point, you have positioned yourself. You can actually hear some of the conversation as it's happening.
Can we have a surprise round?
Okay, well, hang on. So,
Oh.
you know, so Dismas was leading the way, and you're just behind Dismas. So you're
Mhm.
in the pipe, right behind Dismas. You're both below ground,
Mm-hmm.
and you're basically just like you can hear voices. So, if
Mhm.
you say you're going to attack right now, you could take a surprise round. Yes.
Mm. I was thinking we were going to wait for a distraction on their end first and then grab
Yeah.
Smitty rather than the other way around.
I'll try my best to get Smitty close to you guys so you can just take it.
I thought that's what I was here for. I have thaumaturgy.
I don't know. I feel
Hmm.
like the cue should have been like Leiron tapping his staff or something.
And because Serena was whispering, nobody could hear it but Smitty. She whispered right into his ear.
I'll whisper to Smitty too, and I'll ask him about his sister. Was it his cousin? I don't remember. Pretty sure
Who's
it's his
his
sister.
Smitty turns to look at you, and like his eyes are a little bit glazed, and he's going to tell you, "I'm much happier here. You should go away."
Oh,
The,
yeah.
the entire party knows that he's probably enchanted.
He's gone. He's dead. He's dead to us.
Do I notice that?
The
Probably.
distracted way he's behaving, you know, he
Yeah.
probably it's a little out of character.
Okay.
What about your precious chickens that were probably eaten by the crazy lady at the
Like he hasn't actually gone
Okay,
to
I'm back.
He-Man and said anything, and he was He-Man's hireling,
Mm,
so that's out of
what I miss?
character.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah,
What's going on?
you forgot about the plan.
Bloop and Smitty just were talking to each other a little bit, and Pig Needle and Dismas were like thinking about popping out.
I feel like we should have said something like when Leiron taps his staff, that's the cue.
Too late.
Well, wait,
Too late.
wait. Dismas, Pig Needle, you both have Scorbeak. You can tell Leiron that you're ready to enact the plan where he uses Silent Image and Pig Needle uses his Thaumaturge.
Okay.
That is true. His familiar is with us. Would we
Yep.
be able to get Leiron's attention by like tapping his familiar or anything like that?
Well,
Just
I normally have the familiar on the shoulder of whoever it's following. So if you just tell the familiar, because you can speak English, if you tell the familiar to
Okay.
tell me
Common.
to cast the spell, then I'll cast the spell.
Okay.
But it's
Wait,
going to be a bit.
wait. Before
there's
we
just-
do this, is Silent Image a somatic spell?
That's the thing. I was just about to say. I don't know it. I have it on a spell scroll. So I need to. We need like a big distraction or something so I can run and cast it or whatever, because otherwise it's going to look like I'm just pulling out a letter and summoning an image.
Yeah, that might look
Oh,
like an
then-
attack.
So
if
then
you
we
whip out a
will
scroll.
want from maybe the sound cue first to distract everyone so Leiron can cast.
I'll do
So-
this. I'll take a piece of seaweed, throw it on the floor somewhere over here, and be like, "No, bub!" as he starts running for it.
Well, I mean, before all that, I will like, whoever shoulder the familiar is sitting on, I'm gonna turn to him and say, Leiron, we're in position.
There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna like shoulder He-Man just to let him know that it's the time.
Seaweed
Okay,
is like
deep
communication.
Okay, but seriously, how are we gonna? I'm gonna. If we're not
Protect-
saying anything, I'm gonna talk through my
Uh,
familiar and say, "How do we hide me from doing it? How do we hide me from casting the spell?"
Read the text chat.
I have a. I
Yes,
whispered
it's
to
a-
Leiron, maybe you should suggest to her because she's coughing so much that we go and have her rest in her chambers and we go conduct business on another day and we can maybe if we have a room we can stay somewhere nearby and we can do business in the morning.
We could start moving towards the door, but I can cover you with my tower shield so that you're hidden. Kind of like being your super protective bodyguard. So who
I guess
wants
we,
a hug?
I guess we could pull some kind of malarkey where I try and we can get her to try and shake my hand, and then you're like super protective, like, no, don't shake the hand, and you launch the tower shield, and then I can use that as cover to hide the fact that I'm casting the spell.
Okay, hold on,
You
hold
are
on,
sorry,
hold on.
lady.
Okay.
This is
You,
really
you guys are whispering at each other a bunch, and she has another coughing fit.
What?
And she's so
Did she
tired.
die?
She's so tired. She's so tired that like a little blood trickles out of her mouth, and she's going to get up and she's going to go over to this table and get a drink. And Smitty goes back over here by Serena, and Serena is gonna walk over here next to the wall, and so she's like almost directly like above the
The other
Oh.
party.
the hole where you guys are hiding, right? And
Cool.
Serena's
Just grab him.
Serena's gonna hold on to Smitty, and she's like, "You're mine, Smitty. You're not going anywhere." And she's gonna hug him tight, and Smitty's going to say, "I am yours. I will not go anywhere." And then she's gonna hug him and say, "You love me, don't you, Smitty?" And Smitty's going to say, "I love you." And she's going to say,
Get a room.
"You would never leave me, would you, Smitty?" And Smitty says, "I would never leave you." And she says, "Excellent. We'll be together forever, Smitty." And Smitty
Oh
says,
god.
Mm.
"Together forever."
Yeah.
Ew.
So Ninja, I know that this is a group of a bunch of cultists and such here, but I mean, you know, and I know that they're probably not
That
they're
monotone.
not moving or anything, but if any of them like I currently I'm looking, since she's gone over to here, I'm kind of currently looking out over this way. So if like any of them have even like an inch of movement towards Leiron,
Leiron.
there we go.
Leroy.
I'm going to like
Leiron
I'm
Jenkins.
just kind of like going to instinctively guard him, and so like the slightest bit of movement, and I'm just going to react and cover him with my tower shield and body.
Well, as for the crowd, many of them are a little bit drunk. All of them are sort of chit-chatting and eating. Some of them are like just eating a lot, and just sort of like belching and leaning back in their
Like
chairs.
Thanksgiving.
Occasionally, occasionally they'll go over to one of these sewer entrances and use the bathroom, and then go back to drinking and partying. And so the revelry just goes on for a while.
All right. Well, when one
Um,
of them
I-
gets up to go and do that, that's when I'll cover Leiron and quietly whisper to him. "Start."
You cut out a bit. I just said start.
Yeah, that's basically
said?
what I said.
Okay. There is one problem I found out of character. These guys don't worship Dagon.
Oh, they don't give a
I
shit.
mean, is this really going to scare them?
Bro,
Awesome.
just instead of
I mean,
Dagon,
it's
just
a
summon a
god.
huge.
Just do it. Embrace Shia LaBeouf.
It is the Pelagics who worship
What?
Dagon. These cultists worship Enin. Enin is their charismatic leader.
They worship money.
Dude, summon
Create
a
a
demon
giant and
that will
so
threaten
this
to
is-
take away their
Jeff
money.
Bezos.
And
This
will.
is a cult of personality. Enin has a charisma of 17, and she's a fast talker, and
Whoa.
she's made a lot of money
I
for
have
this
more.
group. So everybody loves Enin.
Just
Everybody
summon
loves Rick.
diamonds, God. And be like, I'm here because you, I don't know, freaking used people or something.
Okay, fine. I will summon a Dagon. Fine. I will go with the plan. Even though through this new developments, I will continue with the plan. So, Leiron is going to not budge. He's going to try and tap Urborg by the shoulder to try and message to him that he should. Actually, no. I'll just say it. Cover me with your shield. Cover me with your
I-
shield.
No, I
Yeah.
already
You already
said that
did
I
it.
was.
You already
yeah,
are.
he is
Okay.
covering you
That's why
right
he's
now.
in front of it, sort of.
I reach into my blue pouch. I pull out a spell scroll, and I cast Silent Image.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
by the way, did I mention that Bubbly is running around just as an extra?
And while he's doing this, I'll be like growling at the cultist who's the poor cultist who's going to use the bathroom to cover over any verbal components that that Leiron needs to do for this.
So describe the image. What is being created?
Well, it's meant to be a giant version of Dagon, because that was the plan.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I can show you what you should make.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's
Tentacles
a
everywhere.
I'm sure there's a size limit. Let me just have a look. 15-foot cube. It's not as big, but let's hope it's big enough.
Dude, just make the head. The rest of the body is outside. Make it look like the door
giant-
or the wall is crashed in.
A giant flaming
Smushed.
head.
No flames.
A watery head.
I sent you an image of what I thought it would be. Well, not like you, but it's in the chat. Just give
I'm
me-
getting I'm seeing some ninja images. Oh no, wait, this is text image.
Yeah. it's-
Seriously,
Yours
bro?
is
it's
Ursula.
loading.
Making a giant Ursula.
Mermaid.
I'll go for the head of one of the. I'll create the head of one of the
There it is.
thing that Ninja sent me first. Okay.
Aw,
Yeah.
not my version of.
No.
Okay.
I'm not sending Ursula.
No, it's not Ursula.
It is Ursula.
No, dude, I just posted it. It just finished loading.
Okay, so I'm conjuring this image. But there's no sound, so that's your job, pig.
Oh, but yeah. If your
Yeah, I can
bird
see
squawks or whatever, I'll cast Thaumaturgy.
Well, yeah, it's just saying you. Begin.
Yeah, I'll let your bird do the talking. I'll just amplify him.
I was going to amplify Scorbeak. I thought you had to talk.
No,
Well,
I'll just modify things.
amplify some-
That is what Dagon looks like from
I
H.P.
mean-
Lovecraft's own book.
That could be what Dagon looks like, but that's not impressive enough, really.
I
No.
feel like mine is good because it has
Yours
a
just
mouse.
looks like a
Also,
inside
giant-
like
of a
all of
mouse.
Lovecraft's stuff is kind of like, you're not meant to know it. Like human eyes aren't supposed to see it. So
Yeah.
it's a good maybe and interpret.
Boy, that one is blurry.
Wanna try
Right,
mine?
your says here.
It's
your voice.
it's unseeable.
You
Your
cause
voice, man.
flames to flicker.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you
So
can
you're gonna
up
have to voice it big.
3 effects active
No.
at once.
Would his voice come out of the sewer holes if he starts yelling?
What? I summoned a very poorly rendered image of Dagon.
Metamorphosizes
beautiful.
before your eyes. Blah.
I'm telling you, it's because we can't see his
That'll
true
do.
form.
You create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous. So, no, I don't have to.
Cool.
No, that's the point of origin. That's like
Sure.
if I shout out, I have to shout out the word yes, but you have to say the words and you can choose where it originates from. You can't have someone else say it.
Those are separate things.
I feel like we should ask the DM if we're arguing.
I'm reading the rules right now. I can make my voice boom up to 3 times as loud for a minute,
Your voice.
or I can create an instantaneous sound from a point of origin, like the illusion.
I don't know, rainfall? Do what you like. I'm just creating the image. I've made the image. There's the image. What's the sound accompanying
How
it?
about a
How about a crack of lightning?
uh,
Let's hear some thunder within the
We hear
room,
it.
though.
We hear a crack of lightning.
Yeah.
I'll do like the Wilhelm scream and then say, "It's Dagon. He's coming to eat our soul."
That's the
Oh,
part where
no.
you panic.
Not Dagon.
I'll run away.
Why is there a dog?
Oh, sorry, that's my neighbor's dogs. They do that every time my neighbor comes home. They'll stop soon.
Verbal, somatic, and material for silent image.
Or it could be part of the thaumaturgy. Use
Yeah.
your imagination.
Also dogs in the background. Thunder.
Let unleash the dogs of war, whatever the fuck it was Bruce
Yeah.
said.
We'll go with that.
So, Diamond, these cultists have seen a giant image of a god that they don't worship appear. Except for this guy. He does worship him.
He Wilhelm screams and runs away too.
Oh god, long.
Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative. Does anybody want to modify their score?
Yes, please change mine from a 9 to a 13 if this is going to count as combat.
Oh boy, here we go.
The teal one.
Yeah, that's mine's right.
Okay. Well. As soon as that lag stops lagging. There we go. Look at that. Pig Needle, you are the first to go.
God, okay, so I'll just hop out and immediately cast Dispel Magic on that. Smitty. Where is he? Still lagging.
He's right next to you.
Okay, so the hole is here, so you'll have to move past Dismas, and then you hop out onto the upper area there.
Yep.
So, Dismas is like sort of underneath where you're at there.
Yeah.
So, you pop out. Dispel Magic will get rid of the charm that Smitty is under. Smitty's eyes are going to pop out. He's going to look around left and right, and he's going to back up suddenly to the wall. He's going to say, "What the hell's going on?"
I'll say this way and then run later.
Serena, her eyes bug out. She's like, "Smitty, come back to me."
At this point, Herb,
I do wonder if he'd say yes.
everybody's distracted. Everybody's distracted by this, right?
For sure, probably.
Okay,
So,
well,
If he was charmed, he immediately recognizes who charmed him and that he was charmed.
yeah,
Urborg,
like he's
while-
aware that Serena has had him under some sort of magic spell this entire time.
Urborg, while he's still quote unquote covering Leiron, will actually move over towards Serena, kind of whispering to him, "We need to take her out."
Well,
Serena.
he's
Hang
like
on,
leaning
hang on.
to the person he's about to murder.
What are you doing? It's not even your turn. What
Yeah,
are you?
it's
what are
not
you
your
doing?
turn, man.
Chill, Diamond.
He's
Chill.
taking over.
Oh, I didn't realize we were in initiative.
Ah,
Oh.
Yes, we are now in initiative.
Straight up
say that.
pronounced it and everything.
Okay.
Go
not
last.
forgetful,
So
Dismas, what do you do?
Yes. It's my turn. I get to pop out of the hole, and I suppose I will.
Put your
My
gun
plan
up to
was
Serena's
to.
head.
I was not going to do that. No, my focus was going to be on Smitty and Smitty alone, pretty much.
But I thought Smitty was already dragged through the hole.
No,
What?
he just got dispelled.
Oh,
He
didn't-
went before me.
where have you been?
off in La La Land.
They didn't
Well,
bring
stop.
him
Saw him
down.
in a
They
stir
went up.
at his death.
What was I saying? Oh, right. So Smitty, my plan for this was to stealth grapple him, like come out of the hole and try to drag him away, if he didn't go willingly.
Okay. Yeah, roll the hit. Grab him by the ankle.
Nothing says we're friendly like a
With
stealth grab.
advantage.
Yes, with advantage since I'm coming out of stealth. So, can you please roll 2 d20s for me?
Yeah, let me,
So does this mean that they're still underground? Pig Needle is reserving his action to cast Dispel Magic when
He already did.
Smitty comes down?
That was a 17
Yeah.
on the natural roll.
Yeah, but Dismas is
Very
saying
nice.
he's bringing Dismas.
So that is a total of, let's see, this goes by athletics for grapple, so that is a 22 that Smitty will have to beat. I don't know what his DC would be.
Okay. So you grab Smitty by the ankle, and I guess you want to pull him into the hole. So
Yeah,
Yoink.
basically.
you yoink Smitty down into the sewer. Serena lets out a scream as he's suddenly like yanked out of her sight, and
Mhm.
as she lets out her scream, she transforms and grows in size quite a bit.
Oh, fuck.
I knew she was a siren. I knew it.
Well, this is a small hole, so
Damn!
Yeah,
look at
hopefully
those.
I'll be able to get him away.
Look at those badonkadonks.
So Pig Needle,
Uh-oh, I hope we don't get banned
Huh.
from
as
Twitch.
she
Okay,
expands in size, you're shunted backwards into this space here. Dismas and Smitty are just down the hole underneath. And all you can see is her flapping fish parts slapping against
Cover
the
up her
hole.
Robertsons.
well, I'll
Yeah,
assume that he's handled at this point. They don't need me.
Okay, so that was
Meanwhile-
Dismas's turn. He-Man.
Are these guys alive still?
Oh yeah, they're probably pretty distracted by the party going on, but they'll figure it out when their initiative comes up.
I was in the hole for a while.
Mm. Oh, he's staying and fighting.
Currently,
Oh,
all the party is still flat-footed because they haven't taken a turn yet. None of them have reacted
Yeah.
to anything.
Have
Forgot
6
that
seconds to
was
get the hell out of there.
flat-footed.
And
Why are you
and
putting
of
all
course
the
they
messages
all
in
get to
background?
react before I do.
Well,
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you have
What
a low
happens when
initiative
you
score.
roll
That's what
low?
happens when you taint your dexterity.
And have no items to increase your
Well, excuse me for not tanking my intelligence.
dex.
Okay.
No, I said excuse me for not tanking my intelligence.
excuse me.
Why does intelligence come to it?
Because that's what he would have tanked instead of his dex if he kept dex, I guess.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Okay, He-Man is... I'm just gonna shout like, there's the sea witch is summoning this monster, stop her! And I'm gonna like run over and like try to go attack her.
Oh no.
5 to 20,
Are you gonna
25,
dash?
30, 35, 40. No, I got 40 feet of movement already.
Nice.
Because I'm level 5.
Yeah, barbarian.
I'm gonna smack her with my axe.
Let's hope to Christ this works.
Am I flanking her with anybody?
Nope.
No, Scorpion's over there.
Nope.
Oh wait, no, you guys are in the hole, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Oh no, that's a natural.
Yeah.
Oh,
back
Leiron,
again.
are you gonna have
You're gonna
Scorpion
have to
stay
take
with
that
Pig
one,
Needle
Law.
or me or both?
Ouch.
What happens?
I would have him go with our objective.
Mm.
Your weapon takes a d6 points of damage, ignoring hardness. We'll consider that one degradation on the degradation scale, so that gives it -1 to hidden damage. You can fix that with a whetstone or something.
I have mending.
In the
Don't
middle
forget,
of my attack, can I switch out my weapon with my gloves to my other ones?
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah,
I'm
and you
going
still
to-
have an additional attack.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I'm going to switch it out for my Acid Burst Silver Dragon Slayer. Are you that's the same roll. What?
Oh, I think
It does happen.
Tabletop fucked up again.
No, it's legit. I've seen the code.
Okay.
It's legit.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Alright, sure, fine.
Unbelievably.
I will. That's crazy, but yeah. 2 natural fails, what happens?
On a second crit fail says your weapon takes a d6 points of damage, ignoring hardness.
Another crit fail.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my god.
Another degradation.
Magical weapon takes damage.
Notched. Notched is what it says. So you swing on her and you hit nothing.
Damn.
That's impressive. She
He's
flops.
hitting the ground so hard that it breaks his weapon.
She flaps about like a Neo in the Matrix, and you just hit nothing but air.
Wow.
Mad
Well,
Gut.
Mad,
My
you
turn, yeah.
have cover behind my, but you can also still like fire around it and everything.
Yeah. The question is, am I going to use my action to animate Dagon?
Ugh.
I mean, he's not being voiced by Pig Needle, it's just the image, and there's no sound.
There's thunder.
Yeah, there's thunder, I guess.
Maybe if you can time it, you can like open Dagon's mouth at the exact timing of one of the thunder strikes to have it like its voice is thunder itself.
You have to make it walk closer, like wave its arms above the cultists, but not through them, because that would.
Yeah, I can't. It's not allowed to touch any of them. Is the thing. Okay, so I'm going to, as a movement. I don't see any point in using my action to animate it when it's not going to do any real difference. So I'm going to use my movement reaction to move with Urborg. Just imagine this happening. I'm going to. Okay. To move with Urborg. My actual action is going to be to cast Fog Cloud in this area so that people can't... Actually, I can't cast Fog Cloud because that'll stop people from seeing Dagon, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just cast it so that you're at the edge of it.
I can
Make
cast
it look like Dagon did it. Blame it on the god like usual.
That's what they're for.
Is there any sort of spell that you can actually use that doesn't specifically have to come from your hands?
What do you mean from my hands?
So,
Maybe Sacred Flame? That could be very inconspicuous.
you could make Dagon wave around its hands and then activate Sacred Flame. to
No,
make it
because if I
actually
move it, if I animate it in any way, that's an action.
But wait.
I guess I'll just use my action to animate Dagon then. Actually, no, I'll reserve it. I'll reserve it so Skullbeak can attack. But as a bonus action, I'll... No one needs healing, do they? I'll do nothing.
Okay, Mad Guy does nothing, and then Scorebeak.
Oh, it is his turn right after. Okay. Just attack Enon.
Enon cannot be targeted. Enon is the leader of a horde.
Not Enon, sorry. Serena, wrong one. So, Skullbeak will fly out of the hole and attack Serena.
Okay.
Oh, I hope her fucking AC's low.
Wait, it's not an imp form though. How do you expect to do poison damage?
It's not a what?
It's not an imp form or
Imp form.
quasi form.
That doesn't matter.
He's gonna rake
doesn't
it with
need to be
his
in
crow
form.
claws.
Well, it says bite in beast form, so it's technically bite pecking it, I guess.
I mean, a
there's
bird can bite.
Bird can bite out eyeballs or peck out eyeballs. I mean,
Give it your best shot. What's your attack?
I need to switch.
great.
I need to switch out my die rollers, so I'm gonna have to do this,
Wait,
man.
can't-
One sec.
Can't Scorbeak also use touch spells through you?
Yeah. Does a 7 hit? But I don't have Shocking Grasp.
It sure
I'm guessing
doesn't.
no.
She's way too
Of
fast.
course it doesn't. It is invisible. Can I get it with advantage? I'm gonna guess yes. Are you kidding me? It's broken.
Those are the same number.
Nope. Just the same number.
Unlucky.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna roll again,
Unlucky.
just to make sure it's not bullshit.
So,
Test roll. Test roll. Give it your best shot. Watch it be a nat 20.
So the same thing.
No, it's
Huh.
3.
you just suck.
What's the point?
It's one more.
2, 2, 3.
Oh.
Now it's going
It's
in order.
broken.
Roll it again. Is it gonna be a 4? If you get a 4.
It's straight working. It's fine.
Well,
Odd one.
shit.
Look, another double.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Hmm.
There's only 20 options, man. It happens.
You're lucky.
It got double twice though.
That'll happen sometimes. It's called
That's
repetition.
probability for you. Just because it's not likely doesn't mean it's impossible.
So if this
I
is another
mean-
double. Okay.
If you
Working.
want true
Roll
randomness,
just-
Anyway,
then you
Fox
just-
Chow. Bloop's turn. You are way in the back of the room. You're standing next to a very drunk shaman. His head is just down on the table, and there's some fish drool coming out.
I'd pick up his head, open his eyes, and make him look at the
Wow.
god standing over.
His eyes widen, and he begins to scream, "Dagon! Dagon!"
I
Okay.
say that's not a Dagon, that's like Jesus or something, and I tell him we need to run or else we're gonna.
You're like, Dagon is angry with us. We have to get out of here.
Pretty much.
It must
And
be the
then
end of
I'll-
days. He's seeing his god.
I'll explain to him what's happening in Pelagic. How about that? And then I'll start running and making him go outside.
An illusion? What? Why? He's too drunk. So he follows you.
Whatever. As long as he knows it's not real, then yeah. I'll just dash.
All right.
But-
You drag him stumbling.
I
You
yeet him
make it
outside.
you make it 10 feet less than you would normally because he stumbles and falls towards the
You suck, dude.
end.
He's drunk.
Well,
What do you want?
Whatever. He's near the door. It's just...
You had a pretty good run, but you didn't quite make it.
Mm,
Okay, so what happens next is this cultist acolyte is looking at Dagon. She doesn't even see Bloop coming up here. And she's gonna rejoin the collective. And all of them form up like Voltron. The Ascended Witch
no.
the Ascended Witch Enin slides into the center and becomes the head. And they all as one rise up.
Oh boy.
that one brawler just sitting there.
And Enin is pissed. She's like,
Oh.
what the hell? And then she is going to
I'm gonna
Yell-
shout out, "What is going on?"
she's gonna yell at her drunken witches, and all of them are going to stressful incantation. So everybody make a DC 15 Wisdom save.
But we're not trying to kill them or
Is
attack
there a
them.
radius on that, or just everyone?
Everyone who can hear it.
DC 15.
okay.
DC
Okay.
15 Wisdom save.
All right. Please roll for me.
Oh
Ninja.
yeah, that's
I
right.
cannot-
That's right. That's right.
Well, I've had shit rolls so far. It's gonna be below 10, that's for sure.
Barely.
I take it back.
This is gonna suck if I roll low.
I rolled a
The
9.
worries.
What? What?
A 9?
Ba-dum,
You said
bum.
it was a DC what?
15.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, I failed.
I'm still stalwart.
Yes, you are.
From what? Oh. I rolled a 19 plus.
What's Stalwart?
So that's a +5 in addition to what I rolled, which is an 8.
What's Stalwart?
Stalwart. +5 to all saves and status resist, +3 damage resistance from all damage types, +2 death blow resist for the duration of the quest.
Ah, okay.
He got that when he hit 100 stress.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a big bonus, but it's like one quest. Although this quest has lasted 3 weeks, so it's been a lengthy one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely showing its value now.
We got this. Some of us got
Hey,
this.
Mad God, I have an idea. What if you make him the god that is? What if you make him put his hands up and make it look like lightning's coming out of his or something?
I'd have to know when I could, I guess.
Okay.
By the way, if you look at
But it's
the
the
other
sound
side
of
of the
lightning.
So
Hey,
everybody
Ninja.
who failed takes 28 stress damage from stressful incantation.
Holy fuck!
8.
Oh my
Anyway.
god, I take even more. Cause let's see, I got a
Oh, you have the
minus-
worries. That's right.
yeah,
Oh,
I
you're,
have
like,
the worries.
multiplying.
And I have Dismas's head, but I do have the bonus that we got from camping. So at least that minuses it by 3. So let's see, that's 28.
What if
Minus
you
3 makes it
succeed the
20.
saving throw?
You just get nothing if you save.
get
I think.
35.
Let me check. Is
Holy
it save for
shit.
half? Nope, it's just
I don't
save.
get it.
It's just save. So
Ah.
all or nothing. 28 or 0.
I'll take 0, please.
I'll take a good fat 0.
But it's DC 15, so it's hard. So they send out waves of evil power, which they have gotten from the Darkest Dungeon itself. It's just like mind-warping blasts of color and space, and it's stretching your
Yeah.
imagination and blasting your mind with psychic power. So some of you
Yeah.
are resistant to it and are not affected. Others are stressed out quite a bit by it. After the
I'm
witches.
gonna die.
After the witches, Enin uses a legendary action to have the group of witches make an attack. So all of them do a cantrip attack at the image of Dagon, and all of the blasts of magic hit Dagon and go right through him and spatter across the wall like a giant shotgun blast. Like 12 witches just throwing magic missiles. That's what it's like. Just a wizard blast, ranged attack with full force. And Enin is like, "Don't let up, girls!" And they all just like let loose like a cannon. So this goes on for like 6 seconds of just continuous fire, and then
Just have
after
to make Dagon laugh and be like, puny mortals.
after
Make
that,
Diamond say it, because they can't see his mouth.
all the drunken brawlers perk up and see that there's some craziness going on.
Fireworks shows, boys. Party.
So all of them grab their weapons and their gear, and they put on their stuff, and then they're gonna move. And they're going
I
to
shall-
move.
Can I use a
Don't they
free
have
action to shout
disadvantage
out?
on this? Or something.
It must be an illusion conjured by the witch, by the siren.
Okay, they're gonna swarm across Bloop and the shaman, and they're gonna lock the door. Okay. So, I think you have to make a strength save, otherwise you get trampled a little bit.
But we're not fighting them.
I know this is
Ending
they're not directly attacking Bloop, but it's just a whole bunch of dudes rush the door and lock it.
Why though?
So there's a huge crowd. You're being pressed against the wall, so you just have to make a strength save. Otherwise,
In
you
the
get
Black Friday
I
Killer
use my
getting
gauntlets
squished.
and slap
Yeah.
them. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you do have 19 in strength.
Oh dang.
Dang. All right.
Oh yeah.
You stand your ground, and with a roll that high, you're even able to support the shaman, so he doesn't get trampled.
I
'Cause
just
you-
pick up Bubbly with one hand, pick up the shaman with the other, and I'm like,
Okay, so one of the brawlers near you, one of the cultists says, "What's going on here?" And he looks at you and he's saying, like, "Is there some funny business? This is your god." And he points at you accusingly, and the others all chime in, "Yeah!" And they're all like, kind of angry looking.
oh. I'll respond, maybe it's because I went to a place of another god, of another evil. Maybe it's because I left the ocean. And then I'll be like, that's why I have to escape. Maybe then it'll go away.
Hmm. All
or
right.
because that thing is
We're
mad.
saying-
Roll persuasion.
We're saying that she conjured it. They should know that she conjured it.
Yeah, but Scorbeak isn't over there, so bad you can't.
Oh, they rolled a 1.
Ba-dum-bum.
It was that weird siren mermaid. She's near evil, and so God is angry.
Oh my god. The berserkers all are suddenly like, okay.
Wow,
Just like
I'm
that.
really drunk.
Just like that.
Okay, well, I guess they don't lock you. They're like, maybe you should get to safety.
Yeah, please.
Like their shaman was already a guest, so they're gonna shove him out the door and you along with him. You make it the extra 10 feet, and then they close the door behind you, ready for battle.
Long is using a free action to shout something.
What's up? Football style.
It's like, no, you're a leader, and it was enchanted by the siren. Kill it.
Right. All right. Trying to pull a fast one.
The-
That's pretty good thinking. Throw extra chaos into the mix so they get confused. I
I'm
mean,
gonna stay outside.
They're already wicked confused. They didn't attack really the party so much as just like the wall and nothing.
How is that thing standing if it doesn't have legs? You should just like draw some legs onto it.
It flies.
Well,
It's
it's
So-
like-
floating.
I
God.
suppose. I suppose
God.
it would be my
It's like a-
turn now.
It's like a genie.
Well, hang on,
Wonderful.
hang on. The pelagic shaman is like, wait, that was Dagon. We should go back. Oh wait, you said it wasn't Dagon. This is an illusion. But no,
I will
it's
tell
it's
him-
Dagon. We should go
She
back.
is.
No,
She is
no,
lucky
no.
to
You,
have closed
said
that
it,
door.
you said
I'm
it
straight
wasn't.
up holding him up.
You said it wasn't Dagon, but whoa, it looks like Dagon. Well, maybe we should go back.
I
These
will grab
cultists-
him with my arm, with my super strong gauntlet, and I'll like pick him up like I
Okay.
was.
All right, so you
Sack
hoist
of
you
potatoes.
hoist the shaman above you like a sack of potatoes. He kicks his little fish legs, his little flippers. But eventually he just accepts his fate and goes slack.
These
then-
cultists, sorry, but do they have any like disadvantage to hit us or anything because they're drunk?
No.
What?
Ah,
They're like functional
practiced at
alcoholics, I
this.
guess.
What it is their decision-making capacity is diminished. Their
all
insight
fake
is
drunk.
diminished. It affects a lot of their like intelligence checks and stuff. Like their investigation rolls perhaps might be diminished, but combat they can be the drunken master and
They
they
can
can still
still hit
punch you. They are monks, so they'll work through it. Okay, anyway, Diamond, it is your turn if you're keeping track on that initiative order there.
I have been.
Then
Which is
go.
why you had to stop me before the blood chum. So while I've been trying to decide, do I want to move Leiron and myself towards the door, but He-Man's over there, and He-Man is pretty much tanking Serena. It's just it's got me kind of half. As a free action, I'll tell Leiron to get out of here, and
well, I'm move reaction to follow you wherever you go.
yes. Well, I'm foregoing your reaction with a free action of saying go, and I'm going to Holy Lance Serena.
You know that's just gonna reveal to everyone that I'm the one casting the spell, right?
Thanks, Avad. Thanks, back.
Well, what do you
You
want
just-
me to do in this situation? Now I'm stuck
Leave your
between a
shield
rock
in
and a hard
front of
place.
him and then run.
Well, it does say that it's an action to animate it. Maybe it's just as long as I've got concentration, it's going to stay there. As long as I don't move it, I can move as I like.
It'll just probably stay still, like a still frame of
Yeah.
of an animation if you stop concentrating on it. Stop.
Yeah, do
Like,
you
working
do you
on it.
want Diamond? But I will be occupying a space next to yours.
All right, so Diamond
Alright.
rushes in towards the siren. Holy Lance to stab into
Yep.
the siren's belly. Pew.
And I'm going to add a second level smite to that.
All right, throw in all of
alien
all of
pops
your paladin power behind it.
Actually, screw it. I'm giving it 2 spell smites. Because guess what? I have an additional attack too.
2 smites.
2 smites for the price of 1.
How so?
I don't know.
Oof.
Now I
Oof.
think.
You're using
Just-
2.
Hang on a
You know,
second.
you've
Hang on
only
a
got
second.
one
So like,
bonus
if you use a Darkest Dungeon skill, that's using your action. Whereas
Yeah.
if you attack action, you get 2 attacks. So there's a
Okay.
distinction there where you can't do it twice.
Fine, I'll just move up to Serena and attack her twice.
Wow, those rolls are just
Gonna-
terrible, man. Do you get?
You're gonna
You didn't vow, so you don't have advantage.
Well, I don't waste my spell slots either because the attack has to connect for the smite.
Sure. All right. So you get in there, and this giant half woman, half fish is so fast. She's real slippery. She just flops around, and your sword thrusts just go in between her arm and her torso, or in by her tail, but not quite connecting. And she moves so quick that your eyes
Well,
can barely keep track of her.
Since we have her pinned to the wall here, don't we Okay, so He-Man's here.
I'm just
and
being
I'm-
She
descriptive.
can still get
here.
out.
I'm just
Big
being
Needle
No, I'm-
and Dismiss are under.
So
But I mean,
He's trying
I'm
to figure out how to
only-
get advantage, but there's
I'm only standing in this place because Dismis's character is below, but I can't use the same spot.
Well, I think I'm technically like 5 meters under, so I think you could probably stand on top of the grate, and that would.
I know, but your character is in the space that I would.
If
Like,
you're
to
right
be-
here, you can move 30 feet to go where Scorbeak is.
yeah, Scorby's flying.
That would be going through.
all right. Hey, Pig Needle.
Mhm.
Pig Needle. The siren looks at you. She gazes into your eyes and begins singing a song.
Uh-oh.
Roll a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Okay.
I'm back.
Let the cleric roll it.
Oof.
All right. The effects of Dominate Person. You are beguiled. You are charmed. There's a telepathic link. She issues commands to you. She's going to tell you to slay Diamond telepathically. She commands you to kill him.
How do I telepathically slay someone?
No. She telepathically
she's
talks to you
telling
and
you
tells
to-
you to kill Diamond.
One rule for this, I'm just gonna ask right
She-
now is, does she do the rolls or does Pig do?
No, Pick and roll it. She
Well,
simplifies.
then he's fine.
She specifies a simple and general course of actions, such as attack that creature. Diamond in this case.
So wait a minute, don't I actually get a hit since I was trying to flank?
Let's go.
Huh?
Well, the whole debacle was I didn't move into any of the spaces that I could flank, but I wanted to flank, but I only moved into this.
Well, hang on. You moved here and you made 2 attacks,
Well, that's
and then you moved here.
that's
and now you're
because
flanking.
no,
So you gave flanking to people after the attack.
fine.
So now, like, you and He-Man have flanking between each other.
Can I make a rectify for my earlier move?
What do you mean?
I didn't use a bonus action. Can I have hexed Serena?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, basically she just dominate persons on Pig Needle, and Pig Needle, you have to attack Diamond now.
Shit! No, I take it back. I don't hex it. I don't. I take it back.
If you take damage, you can make a new Wisdom save,
Yeah.
and you don't have to attack again until she gives you another command. Okay. But
Oh,
but the
well, I mean, you did say kill him, though.
yeah, basically. So once he's dead, then you don't have to attack any of your other friends.
Okay.
Then
Mind
pretend you're dead.
control. But to everybody else, all she's doing is singing a beautiful song. It's like the best song anybody's ever heard. It's really great. And she went right at the end, last on the initiative. I should really put her on
It's
the initiative.
Jolene.
It's a Taylor Swift song.
No, it's Dolly Parton's Jolene.
Just wait. I have the perfect song for this.
It's Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Oh my god.
Now I made her
It's
go last,
music of
but
the
now
night.
she's actually got an initiative order. So Pig Needle, you are top of the charts. Let's go.
Oh, I need to reset my initiative actually, Ninja.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Same as-
It's mine. It should be.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay,
I
everybody.
was trying to catch you before, but I didn't want to
So
interrupt.
it goes back to 9, right?
Yes, correct.
Actually, hang on. Mine gets changed as well because I'm too close to the enemy. Let me find out.
Are the cultists your enemies?
I mean, they're
Well,
not friends.
No, the
Currently,
siren is.
Oh wait, no, you walked up to Serena.
currently they're just drunk and aggressive. They're not necessarily your enemy.
There you go.
However, you know, Serena is the noble here. They're supposed to protect her.
But she just turned into a giant siren woman, and now
Yeah,
we
and
all.
I thought it
now
was,
she-
and then that
Now
all
they all
these
think this
cultists
guy-
were following.
Yeah. I mean, you're trying to trick them. However, what you don't know is they've already seen her in this form.
They're just like, oh, that's normal.
So that doesn't
but they're
matter.
following Enid. They'd be like, oh, this they're hurting our leader. Charming our leader, huh? That's why you're so high ranked. Jealousy.
Really, the truth of it is that Enin and Serena work together like a real good team. They're both so charismatic that they can basically get whatever they want.
Right. Well, if
And
this
then we
all
fucked
turns
it all up, 'cause that's what
if
we
this
do.
if this all turns sour, we can just back down to the thing that, well, we didn't know she was a giant witch woman, and for all we knew, that giant thing came out of nowhere, and she's pretty much. It's very likely it's her.
It's a fish. She's a fish. There.
All right, let's
We just thought the
let
same
Pig
thing you
Needle
did.
let Pig Needle take his turn now.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
Well-
first again.
I think the only thing I can do is fire breath at Erdborg.
Had to
Okay,
go.
so
At least it's a dex save.
yeah, deck save, Diamond.
Shield Master.
Well,
Yay.
it's a 15-foot cone.
You get to add all your shield's modifiers. though,
No,
Diamond.
wait, 15-foot
mastery.
cove.
Yeah.
Wait. What ancestry are you?
Gold.
And
So
you're
fire.
sure it's a cone?
Yeah. Positive. I'm looking right at it.
Because I'm
That's a-
brass and it's a straight line.
Well, that's because
Good job. In the meantime, gold is fire, and it's a 15-foot cone with a deck save.
Serena failed her save. How much damage has she taken that?
It's 2d6. It's not a lot. Wait,
That's
hold
good
up.
thinking.
Yeah.
Better than none.
You caught her in the blast, so even though she mind controlled you, you still got her.
Well,
Don't forget
what's
don't forget your
what's the
shield
save?
mastery, Diamond.
Yes, I realize this. But my shield
11.
mastery doesn't give me any positives to my dexterity.
Yes, it does. It gives you a load.
Stalwart gives you
Alright,
+5, Diamond.
Oh yeah, it does. Stalwart does, but now I gotta try and see if I can find wherever it is.
Frickin', I'll Google shield master. Not Google. I'll look up shield master for you right now.
Do
Jesus.
you know what's quicker is roll a d20 and then figure out if you need to figure out what your bonuses are.
Right. Order of operations.
You take the
Here,
attack
I'll
action.
just
use
I'll
bonus
just have
action
it
to
at a
shove.
modifier. I'll have it at a modifier of 0 so that it's just static D.
Okay. Roll it. 3.
Oof.
Yeah.
Right. What is your
So,
shield?
I think it's like the
base
same damage to
bonus?
everybody, so 11 damage to Diamond too.
Nope, I have resistance to fire.
Ah. So 5.
You can add your shield bonus, and you can, if you make the save, you take half damage.
So +4, +4, +5, -1. So that's
Not
+4,
enough.
+5, 9,
Let's see.
11. Yeah, I'm assuming that's not enough, but how much damage are you doing?
Jesus.
11.
11.
Okay, so I take half, so I'm taking 5.
We did it.
Wow.
All right. So suddenly, Pigneedle betrays the party. Why would this happen? Why would he do this?
Look at his eye.
I
Or
see
maybe,
this.
or maybe his aim is just bad. Everybody might, look a little askance at you for what you've just done, but maybe it was just poor thinking. Then, because it was all psychic, it was silently communicated through the song. Dismas, what do you do?
Yes. All right, so I have Smitty, and we're in the sewer.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna leave.
Okay, so you're
I'm
just
gonna.
escaping through the tunnels.
Yeah. Is he resisting at all, or?
No,
Is he
he's
moving of his
happy to finally be free of the mind control.
Okay, yeah. Then I lead him toward the exit that we took earlier.
Like you don't know how bad it's been for me, Smitty says. I've been doing everything she's wanted me to do for like months now. Nobody came to save me. I've been an absolute slave. Get me out of here. So he's quickly
Yes.
following.
Yes, you're. I guess he's your lord, your villain. I'm not sure. He-Man. He's been looking for you.
Ah, yes.
We
Well,
only recently got a lead on where you were.
it feels like a
Diamond.
lifetime ago. I used to be a simple peasant who took care of some chickens. And
So he told us.
and now look at me, and he's dressed in fine noble's clothes, and he looks very well fed and well groomed and well looked after and quite healthy.
Ah,
Diamond.
yes, the gilded cage.
Diamond! He's
Yes.
in here. Come to where I'm pinging.
Just give me a second. I'm putting on some music for myself.
But
Wow.
anyway, I will keep out a pistol just in case we encounter any danger either in the sewer or like outside, I guess. So I guess just as a reaction, if something does cross our path that seems hostile, I will fire. But that's all I really have to do.
While
we're
you're dragging
pinging again.
Smitty through the sewers, he begins to retch and vomit because he failed his con save, so he's really having a
Ow.
bad time.
Don't worry, we'll be.
Where's
I like
Smitty?
kind of just like stand there awkwardly. Don't worry, we'll be out of this wretched place soon enough.
Okay, so Smitty's got the poisoned condition now.
Ouch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's sick. Smitty's sick. He's puking his guts out because he's
He
crawling through a
got
sewer.
sick in the sewer because
Oh,
he failed
right.
to save.
We have antitoxin, right?
Yeah, sure. I also have Revivify, just in case.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mad God, what do you
Oh,
do?
I have lesser restoration. I could use lesser restoration on Smitty. That would cure the poison.
Smitty's practically outside. He's being dragged through the sewers. You have no idea where he's at.
Yeah. I'm taking care of him, kind of.
Even your familiar's not with him anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just-
suggest Scorbeak stay with me, but that's up
Focus
to
on
you.
the task at hand.
Too late now.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll Eldritch Blast the bitch. I'm taking away. I couldn't do the hex earlier because if I did that, that would stop the illusion. So actually, they all know it's an illusion at this point, don't they?
Well, they shot at it, so yeah, they're all pretty well aware.
He's absorbing our arrows.
Then it doesn't matter then. Bonus action, Hex Serena, and double Eldritch Blast. Do I get advantage from any source? I don't think so.
I'm encouraging you verbally.
Okay, so here we go. So the first one, 29 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that deals 11 and 7 damage, so that's 18. And the second one, 27 again. That's 14 and 5. So that's 19 plus 18. Yeah, 19 plus 18.
She's at 48 damage now. She lets out a scream of pain as the Eldritch Blast like hits her directly in the nipple, and like explodes the nipple. So
Oh.
This is how
God.
breast cancer.
all right. Well,
God, that's-
maybe she should put on some of that uncomfortable looking breast armor that you see in all the animes.
Shell
You
weapon.
gotta wear the shell bra. You're a mermaid.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? This is why you put the shell on.
Put,
The Little Mermaid
some
knew
star-
better.
put some starfish on your heads. Critical nip. Oh, damn you, Long. Damn you.
That's not long. That's pig needle.
I'm sorry. Freaking Long uses the chat most. I always assume it's him.
Because I'm
He's
yellow, isn't it?
yellow.
Racist.
That god's blind. He's
Anything from
colorblind.
Scorbeak here? Is he gonna move his position or attack or anything?
Yeah, can Scorbeak occupy this space to grant advantage?
You could go above her. She's about 10 feet tall now, but you could get above her in that corner.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Scorbeak's going to go to the corner and he's going to use the help action.
All right.
Bite her other nipple.
So now people in the front, like Pig Needle's position, could possibly get the help action from that as like a flanking thing.
Yeah, you know how flanking works.
Okay. Long.
Hi, kitty.
So it's flanking and the help action for the next one.
You-
My initiative is supposed to be 4 lower because it's not the first round of combat anymore. So really, I'm supposed to go after the brawlers.
Okay. Pelagic Shaman does nothing. Siren. All right. Siren's got
Good
some
cat.
stuff.
You are.
Are you playing with a cat?
Okay. So
Yeah, my
this
cat's here.
this dominate person that she
now
does.
he's going away.
It lasts 3 rounds. So during this round, her psychic command to Pig Needle. Are you there, Pig?
Big.
Pig Needle.
Take a
Needly
thief.
big.
Guys, she's dead. Not
Yeah, it is.
Probably went to go and
Mentally,
pour
but-
himself a drink.
All right. Well, for the record, she's going to
Yep.
command.
There was lag. Sorry, what?
Okay. So Pig Needle, you're receiving, like she's singing death metal now that her nipple has exploded, but the siren is telepathically communicating to you that she wants you to heal her. So do your best healing magic on me now, she says.
No.
When it comes to his next turn.
Yeah, when it comes to your next turn. So that's the command. And then in
Already
addition-
cast all my healing spells, though.
Yeah, she doesn't know
Wasted
that.
action.
She doesn't know that.
Find out.
So
Ba-dum-bum.
You'd be sorely
It's a tiny
disappointed.
fizz of magic. It's all trash. Like,
You have 3 hit points. Got
Okay.
you.
in addition, she's going to summon something. So she uses magic to open a portal.
What do you mean you can't heal her? You've got cure wounds.
Or at least a
Mhm.
healing cantrip. Don't you get a healing cantrip as a cleric?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cantrip for healing, that'd be so busted.
Uh-huh.
Get
If
off
that's
her
if
keyboard.
that's the best healing spell you got, then yeah, it only heals like 1, right? 1 hit point.
Something.
No,
Spare the
there's
dying.
no healing cantrip.
That only
That's pretty much all
survives
I've
you
got.
for
Spare the
0.
dying.
No, I
Well,
could.
then, yeah, I'll wait till you pass out, and then I'll poke.
Hang on.
nailed.
He has cure
Cleric
wounds.
healing
The
spell.
siren's gonna be like, you're the worst cleric ever.
That's what all my friends say. I've already cast. I just cast my second level 3,
Yeah. All right.
and I've
What about
got
your second
nothing else.
level spell slots and your 4 first level spell slots? You're level 5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you have fuck ton more.
not really. Remember that we haven't rested yet.
So you've blown all 4 of your first level spells, all
Mhm.
3 of your second level spells.
I have 1 second level spell left, but it's
Use
not
that.
healing.
That doesn't matter. You can use any first level spell.
Can we turn
with
back
the
to
high
the
level spell
siren
slot.
doing her summoning so Bloop can take her turn after?
Looking for a figurine. Let's see if I have to pull it out of a bag or if I have one here.
I'm just saying you can heal her, and it's going against what the DM's saying.
Well,
I
currently
can cast
she-
Prayer of Healing. That's what I can do.
Yeah. And
It'll take 10 minutes.
Holy
No.
shit.
can cast Cure Wounds as a 3rd level spell slot. Or
No,
second
I don't
level.
have a 3rd level. No, she didn't specify. She said cast my best spell. This is my best spell.
Wow.
I guess you
You're
could interpret
the
it like
worst
that.
literal
yes.
genie, I swear to God.
Heal me. Okay, I'll heal you and everyone
Yes.
else. What? No,
Just
don't
because-
do that.
Just because he's charmed doesn't mean he's stupid.
No,
No,
I was
this
like
is-
that before.
He's
Unless
a
you're
literal
Doing this
genie.
is stupid.
Okay. From a portal comes a burst of water, a splash, a sphere of water forms,
Bruh.
and out of it comes this pelagic shaman.
Wait, what about the other one?
Alright. I already have him on the initiative, which makes it convenient. So,
I need some funny music.
that's her action and her interaction, and then it's Bloop's turn.
Well, I will direct the shaman. Here, what should I do? Dismiss, where do you plan on coming out? Metagaming a little bit, but you should come out near the entrance. All I'm saying.
Well, I mean, that's where they went in.
Yeah,
They
I
went in
probably would come
there,
out the same place I went
went
in,
over
assuming
here,
that there's
got
not
over
any
here.
hostiles there.
Got to hair.
Obviously, I'm not coming out if I see someone who, like, is like another pelagic that's not you or Oibel, or if it's I see any cultists, I probably won't come out.
What about the shaman? If I'm like holding him up in the air.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're with him, that's probably fine, assuming that you're not like held hostage.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Well,
I think
then-
you have it reversed.
I wanted war music, so I put on the Doom soundtrack.
Nice.
Dun, dun.
Da-da-da-da-da. Oh wait, that's not how it goes. Fuck it.
Okay.
I was thinking
Um,
about the first level song.
I'm sure Oibel will see us and be like, "Oh, holy!" and run over. I'll ask him to run over.
It's like you lived.
Okay, so
Oh,
do you want to do anything else?
I'll dump a bit of seaweed at the entrance.
Okay. Your
I'll put a piece of seaweed in the hole so she knows that it's this.
your pet goes after it.
It's just right here.
Yeah.
Other than that, I will explain to Oibel what's been going on, what's happening inside.
He hears the story, I guess, about like how you came to get Smitty, and he's surprised that you knew Lord Smitty.
He's known this ever since he's been traveling with us.
I don't think he knew the full
Do
extent of
not
it.
step on the keyboard, kitty. Be good, okay?
Dude, Kraken, just go get up, get some water, and splash it on your key.
No,
You like
the
sneeze on
cat
your
is sitting
cat.
right next to my keyboard. He doesn't care.
you're on a computer. Why can't you get the Tabletop Simulator again?
She's
Because
on a
my computer
Dell
fucking
laptop.
sucks.
Couldn't handle the polygons. All the
It can't.
many
It can
polygons
All
barely
12
run
of
like.
them.
of
It can't
Leiron
run
Life
Team
Givers model.
Fortress 2. It can't run Minecraft. It can barely run Portal. It
come
can't
on.
run many things.
Wow, Team
It
Fortress 2
sucks.
is like a 20-year-old game now.
Yeah,
Yep.
it can't hardly run that.
That hurts. That hurts me in the soul. Alright, so, Diamond, you're up. What is your move? What is your action?
What else do you think?
Attack,
You
attack?
don't know. You're supposed to tell us.
Attack, attack.
Attack, attack.
Tackety,
With advantage this.
It's a good band if you like crab metal.
Hey, hold on. I have a quick question
Crab
that I
breathe.
should demonstrate to
What?
So you know how you have that shield that could cover that hole to prevent Pig from helping? I'm just saying.
I'm not
Or-
exactly getting what you're saying.
That's
Me
fine.
neither.
You don't have to.
Oh my god.
I
There's
mean,
a hole
it's-
there. Pig is shooting up fire
Kitty.
out of it.
Do not sit on the keyboard.
The mermaid is almost sitting on it.
Don't type too.
I thought Pig Needle was pulled out of the hole or something.
Little man.
No,
Yeah, he
he's
got
in
out.
the hole.
I
What?
could have sworn Pig Needle got out because he was shunted when she grew. He climbed up to do something to like cast a dispel.
Jason.
So then he got
Yeah,
bumped
he
out onto the
dispelled.
land there.
Yeah,
So
so,
she's-
basically,
she's standing
he's
on the
in
hole.
the room.
Oh, well then, okay. Never mind.
But she's large,
thought
so
you were
she
in the
doesn't fall
hole.
in.
Puking out fire. Okay, okay. Well then, no, never mind.
All right, yeah. So I'll attack twice with advantage this. Oh, for fuck's sake! Come on.
A
Really?
miss and a hit.
What do you mean? Come on.
She dodges your
I got
first
a
attack
bug.
very quickly.
Both should have been hit. You
Were
all
you
know
the first
this.
person? Were you the first person to attack her before? Oh no, it wouldn't matter, would it?
But now you've landed a hit, so roll some damage, and if you wanted to smite, you can smite.
I'm
What's
gonna
her
be
armor
at-
class,
yeah, I'm
DM?
gonna be-
Is it 15?
I haven't really specified.
Oh, that's max damage.
Because if it's 15,
oh, it's so
then he does hit on the first one.
so that's 31.
It's actually 16. What, 31 damage?
Yep.
Wow.
I did max damage on my sword.
God damn.
Good stuff.
Why have we got these dice out?
'Cause
Oh
I
yeah, I'm
wanna
getting into the
roll with
actual
video.
Doom soundtrack now.
Look at that. She doesn't bleed. Ain't got time to bleed, says the siren.
Wow.
Shows she have blood to bleed.
And then she like puffs on a cigar and spits.
What?
Is she Duke Nukem now?
She turned into Jesse the Body Ventura from the movie Predator.
Lovely.
I really wish that Dragon Breath was a bonus action, because I would completely and utterly just cause her hair to frizz like crazy. Like she'd be spending weeks of having to use shampoo and everything to get all that frizz.
Okay, so
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
So
Is that what she's worried about?
So guys, listen. The brawlers, they all turn to the witches and to Lady Enin especially, and they say, "What's going on? What do we do?" And they're all kind of drunk too. And she yells down at them, "I think something's going on here. We need to protect Serena. She's under attack by that crazed knight that just came in here. So make sure that we detain him for torture later." And they're
What?
like, "Aye, aye, ma'am." And so they all begin to like march through, and the witches make way for them as they move from here.
No, we're only attacking her because she summoned the beast.
Bomb.
This is fine.
Bomb.
Okay, so everybody in the circle, that's Diamond and Leiron and the Pelagic Shaman that was summoned. All need to save against, let's see. I need
What
to find their
kind of a
stats.
save first off?
It's a strength check.
Probably athletic.
Strength check for being trampled. So, let's see. The Pelagic, he's going to probably fail this one.
It's a save though, right?
Yeah, it's a strength save. Barbarians get advantage, or not advantage. Do you get advantage? You get
If
Proficiency.
she's in a
Strength and constitution.
you get
Yeah,
proficiency. So that's good.
I don't know about Urborg though.
Okay,
I don't get proficiency with the saving throw, but I still am stout.
So the +5
That gives
helps.
you strength.
Okay. So
Nice.
nobody's.
I don't
I'm
have
going
any.
to have another cigarette break.
You know, that's actually a good idea. I need to use the bathroom and grab a drink, so I suggest we
Did I
all
succeed?
take a little break. Yeah, with a
Did I
17, you're
succeed?
fine.
Okay.
You're not knocked out.
Yeah.
Kinda listen to the song and eat fry.
So I'll be back in a few minutes. But yeah, good saves. Good saves. Nobody got trampled.
Oh wait, it was 12. It's less than 12?
So, DM, what I'm going to do is, if I'm going to have...
He did just say he's leaving to go.
Oh, yeah.
go-
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. I'll be right back.
For the rest of you, I'm putting a card right here. There's a card in the hidden area of the next spell that I'm going to cast. So I want to make sure that the DM can't prepare which spell in advance.
What if
Because-
she just has counterspell?
Yes, you could do it. But this is in
Mhm.
case DM does it. But you know,
Anyway,
Moves
I've
around
been
the
meaning to share something that I am very proud of that I did this week. I'm gonna put in the side projects channel.
Oh,
Hold on, let my Discord please load.
If
New
you guys
York
send me-
woman punched, robbed for wearing mask at store.
If
Someone
you guys send
robbed
me
someone for their
files-
paper mask.
if you guys do decide to send me files for me to make into the models in Tabletop Sim, I'll probably update you on how it's going in the side projects area.
Anyway, I drew that this week. This is one of my previous characters that I've played past my
Your legs are so split apart.
It's a power stance. But yeah, this guy was a chaotic evil anti-paladin.
That's a
This
guy.
Yeah, it's a guy. He's an Azamar.
Asima. Okay.
Angel people.
But yeah, he had charisma like through the roof. He had a special trait that basically gave him the face of an angel that makes people more likely to believe his lies. So
He looks
that's why
very
he looks like that.
androgynous.
He's supposed to be.
Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, the piece came out really good. I liked how the wings turned out. I don't draw armor very often, so I'm very proud of this piece.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
it's
this is
a character
supposed to be
from
before he
Steven
turned
Universe.
evil.
Alright. Seriously, those
Anyway.
legs are really, like, really trying to split apart.
Eh, I
There
also
is-
don't draw lower bodies very often, so the
Ah.
fact that I drew one at all is good.
Oh, this quarantine making people do stuff is infuriating.
I mean, I just do stuff anyway, but
Yeah,
don't
but I
know.
have time to do it. It's so horrible having time to do stuff. You don't know what to do with anything.
I like having time to do stuff. I don't have to be at work all the time. I actually get the dishes done and shit.
But what do you do after the dishes?
More dishes. There's always dishes to be done.
So
Like I
true.
did
Just
a
imagine
load
you're
of
in the dishes
dishes
right now.
today, and I'm looking at the sink right now, and it's already full of dishes again because we use so many, and our sink is so small. That's adult life. You just do dishes forever, and they get dirty, and then you have to clean them again.
Is there a point in living anymore?
My
Yeah,
dishes are so
do
dirty
more
for being
dishes.
clean. I have to clean them again. But that makes them more dirty.
Okay, now here's a question. What happens when
Yeah.
you use your dishes so many times that they disintegrate?
Then you buy new ones.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, is it possible to use your dishes so many times that they disintegrate in a human life?
I mean, for porcelain, probably not. You're probably more likely to break them than you are for them to just weather away. But it would be very possible if you're using, like, say, paper plates. Just saying.
Oh no, I just found something really funny on Reddit.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I was about to say Mad God can relate.
Oh,
It's
he's
like-
laughing because he washes his paper plates to use them again, perhaps.
Well, you know,
Just saying.
well, you know, in Britain we have the monarchs. We have Prince Philip and the Queen and all that.
So does the queen keep all your porcelain? You're not allowed to purchase your own? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm not. I'm not relating to. I'm referencing a meme. Oh, forget it. never
Oh,
mind.
okay. Go ahead.
No, I've given up.
Okay.
I'm busy listening
Oh,
to
yeah,
music and
speaking of
scrolling
that.
through Reddit.
I heard of a thing where if you live where you live in Britain, you have like a number associated with you when you're born in your like line of, I don't know, your number of how many other families have to die before you could be at the top.
Oh,
What? Are you talking about the royal family?
I think Blip
Like-
means that you could be a successor to the throne if X number of people die.
Well, we don't have that. We're
I
not
thought
all
Blue
given
Sword-
on.
Heard that somewhere.
We're not
I
all
thought
given.
Fox
a
was going to
number.
refer to the class system that you guys have.
We have what's called a national insurance number, but
What's that?
I think that's it.
Social
Honestly,
security
I
number.
don't know. I think it's like that,
Hmm.
yeah.
Well then, what was Mom talking about? Because she has a coworker that's from Britain, and she said like, her family was number 300 in the line of successors.
Well, maybe they have royal blood, and if 300 royals die, then they take the throne.
Imagine that 1/300th of you is important.
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna say, like
I don't
know
know.
that there's like
I don't
The way
know
y'all
what.
refer-
I don't know how many people need to die before I come to the throne. I don't know. I'll ask my mother. Her name's Liz, and my father's name is Philip.
mm.
Okay, I'm back. Is Diamond back?
Hey.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Long smoke
Diamond is
break.
diamond.
But yeah, I had a friend who he actually grew up in England for like I don't know, I think the first 10 years of his life or something before he moved back to the US. But he said that like your social standing is very important. They have like a letter and a rank assigned to it.
Yeah.
You don't want people knowing that your dad's like a janitor or anything.
Yeah, we live in Hunger Games world. We're all from different districts.
Hunger Games world.
We all have
Wherever
different
that
districts,
was.
We all have separate families that work in different areas,
Hmm.
and we're not allowed outside of it. DM, I've put the next spell I'm going to cast in this box. And you're not allowed to know what spell it is. I can guarantee you it is that spell, but you're not allowed to know what spell is on this card.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Because I don't want you preparing for it in advance in case it doesn't work.
I did say to Mad God, what if he just has her cast counterspell?
Yeah, good luck. Feel free to try. It's
I'll
not
counter
like
you with my own counterspell.
it would be. I'll give you a hint. It would be the waste. It would be a waste of a counter spell.
Hmm.
I am more worried about what the hell's going on with all these people.
Wait, so Diamond made his save?
No, he failed. I think. That's why he wanted a smoke break. He got annoyed. He got a 3.
You rage quit.
But he had such a high modifier, and then Ninja said everyone made their saves. And I was just like, really?
I have a shit modifier, and I got a 17.
Let me double check. If he's only got a 12, it might not make it. Let me check though.
What does shitpost Crusaders have to say to me? Oh, God's sakes. Never mind.
Oh, I didn't know I could grab things in invisible spaces. I accidentally grabbed your spell card there.
I do it all the time.
I was just trying to grab the dice.
I'm really good at video games, y'all.
Heyo.
Sims?
No, I'm playing.
All
old
right,
school
so
games.
I can only assume that I've just been knocked prone.
What?
Ninja was checking that.
He's finding out.
If you're gonna use the horde mechanic this much, it should be just, there.
Well, you have to figure out what the modifier is because the
Oh, it has one.
Hordes are still susceptible to AoE attacks, DM. You still count every member of the Horde in an AoE attack. Because everything else that, if they're affected, if there's over 10, that only applies with conditioned abilities. So
Okay.
grappled, poisoned, such and
Man.
such.
It's gonna make them have so
is
much health
the
if he does
saving
that.
throw equal to 8 plus the Horde's proficiency bonus plus the Horde's strength modifier. So, 12 plus their proficiency, 13, 14. So yeah, Diamond definitely failed. It's probably at least a 15.
Well, tell me if it's a 17. Otherwise, I might fail. Forbes, what do you have? What wisdom do you have for me today? Earning more money is one of the best ways to improve your financial situation. My goodness, what an
Wow.
idea! Why didn't I think of that?
Someone dies if you kill them. Loading screen.
Oh, those things.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start actually just rolling a d20 instead of relying on the roller because I've just been getting shit rolls.
That's what the dice are for, right there.
Okay,
You
it's
know your
definitely.
modifiers, though.
No, wait a minute. Let's see, CR5. What's your proficiency modifier? 4 right now?
For level 5, yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
yeah,
modified, it would probably be 16.
See, that's even better than what I fucking did on the roll.
Well, you had a 12.
I know, but that was a 13 plus everything else, which would be plus
Okay.
9, which would have been a 22. And I rolled a 3 on the roll.
PewDiePie's subscriber count 69696969.
Nice.
Boy.
All of the
Yeah.
witches, in unison, begin screaming curses and wailing, and this wailing grows in resonance and power, and then it transforms into sort of like a spell, and then they summon forth the dead to rise from the sewers. So from several of the sewer entrances, a horde of skeletons emerge and form up into a group
Oh.
there. So now there's 3 hordes
Rabble,
on the field.
rabble.
Wake up, sleepy bone.
Alright, check it out.
Okay,
So
we need to decide: are we killing these people or not?
that's their action, and then right after their action, the witch Enin is going to use her legendary action to cast a spell.
What was that?
I honestly think that we should surrender at this point. We've got Smithy. Smithy's ran away. Well, gotten away. For all we know, we could pretend that we have no affiliation with that. And if
Except
they're
that
going
you
to start
came to the
attacking
door
us,
with us.
then we should stop.
Didn't they say they were gonna torture one of you?
Yeah,
They said the
Urborg.
crazed knight. Oh, Urborg?
Yeah, Urborg is attacking Serena. Serena is one of the nobles here, and they stole Serena's husband, and she's pretty pissed off about it. So I think they're siding with Serena against you on this one.
Okay, well, I just want everyone to know I am surrendering, okay?
Okay.
Okay, well, after the witches summon a bunch of undead from the sewer, I'm going to roll a new initiative. So you'll have ample opportunity, probably. Does anybody need to modify their initiative stuff right now?
Nope.
Mine should be correct.
Everyone.
There is
I think.
Long.
there is a third option.
Long needs to be 2 less on his initiative since it's no longer the first turn.
No, we already did that. It's like the 3rd turn now.
I could teleport
Initiatives
all of
do
us out of there.
Normal.
Sorry, what was that, Matt?
I said I could teleport all of us out of there. You know, I kind of should have led with that. I can teleport us all back to the hamlet in like a second.
Well,
Yeah, is it
you already
logistically
heard
possible
Urborg.
though? You have to grab everyone, and everybody's kind of spaced apart.
pretty sure it's not a
You
touch spell.
Just get Pig Needle and He-Man out of there. I already submitted that, you know, if things go awry, I'm going to sacrifice myself so the party can escape.
Try this every week.
Right, let me just have a look at this rules here for teleport. Let me just pause the doom. There we go.
You have to be able to see them, so that means you couldn't get Bloop or Dismas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're running away anyway. I assume. Okay, range of 10 feet. You and up to 8 willing creatures, so there's no teleporting Enon with us or anything like that.
And it's just line of sight, so that's fine.
Or a
Well,
single
you
object.
will have to move at least 2 spaces. Maybe 1 space to get He-Man.
Am I teleporting you with us?
No.
I mean, well, I kind of have to for roleplay reasons.
You're not. Well, I'm going to resist. I have
Well,
already.
It
I
is
have already
unwilling
submitted
creatures.
to my fate. I'm going to go down in a blaze of glory, and I know that eventually it's going to kill me.
Okay, Dismas, Smitty, are you joining us in this? Is everyone running
Well,
away?
I am currently running away, but I can't be there to help with that because I don't have your familiar to talk to.
Okay, I'm sorry guys, but it's gonna have to be done. So, Leiron is going to run up to... What the... Why am I disappearing? Weird. Okay, Leiron is going to run up to this area. Do I get opportunity attacked?
No.
No? Okay. Run up to this area, and I'm going to... Can I occupy this space?
No, that's
nah.
occupied by
I made her.
Serena.
I made her space invisible, but she's in it.
Okay. As a free action, He-Man is going to... no, He-Man. Leiron is going to shout to Urborg, "Quickly, come to me, and I shall teleport us out of here!"
As a free action, Urborg will shout back, "Leave me! I will deal with this sodden lot."
Leiron is going to sigh, and he's going to cast teleport. With He-Man and Pig Needle with him.
Pig Needle, are you willing to get teleported?
Yeah, okay.
Long? You're
He-Man, are
willing?
you willing to get
I'll
teleported?
submit.
Yeah. Okay. Poof. Are you teleporting to an area you know well?
Hamlet.
Fucking hope so.
Very familiar.
Well, I guess we could go to... just outside. Like here.
No, if we're teleporting, we might as well
We
teleport.
could protect Dismas and Smitty.
They're
on the way
fast.
back.
You want to roll that percentile? This will be fun.
No, well, it's not percentile because, hang on, where is it? There's the consequence isn't applied because I'm familiar with it. Hang on.
Very
There we go.
familiar has a 5% mishap chance.
Permanent circle is no. Associated object. Isn't it associated object? Means a permanent whose sigil sequence you know. Okay, we don't have teleportation, so no. Associated objects means that you possess an object taken from the desired location. Nope. Very familiar. In a place you have been very often. Studied.
That's the one I thought it was, and that still has mishap chance.
Seen casually. Someplace you have seen more than once, but you aren't very familiar. Viewed once is a place you have seen once, possibly using magic. I think viewed once would apply, wouldn't it?
No. Very familiar has better odds. That's if you're going to the Hamlet, you know it well. You've been there a lot.
Hamlet would be associated object.
No.
Because
No.
yeah, it would. I have stuff from the Hamlet. I have some therefore I can go to the hamlet without any percentile.
Associated object is weird. Let me research this one.
Means you possess an
Associated
object taken from the desired
object
location.
tilde. That's dumb though.
You're glitching out, man.
I said that's
Yeah.
dumb though.
That's dumb. No, it isn't.
DM, are you trying to break the rule?
I'm looking at
What?
what the internet has to say about this.
Hold on, what's the problem? I missed this.
We're trying to determine whether Mad God will need to roll the percentile dice to determine if his teleport is off, because we are going to a familiar location which has a failure chance. But if you have an associated object from the location you're teleporting to, you don't need to roll that.
You know, technically he does. Oh, wait a minute, no. Annihilatrix took that stone away from him, didn't he? Wait a minute, was
Stone's
the
not even
stone?
part of the hamlet.
The dark crystal isn't from the hamlet.
Then didn't you buy something
It
from
could be
the
anything.
tool?
Yes, I buy anything. Money's from there.
Oh, you have the scrolls.
Scrolls, I build them there. What else? I have Cloak of the Manta Ray. I've got that. I built that there. That's from there. I'm wearing that right now. Dungeoneer's pack. Headband of Intellect. I
I
created
mean,
that
those
there
are like
within the last
your
6 months.
belongings, though.
So what? Does it have
Are
to be
they-
something bought from Dante?
Probably.
Some dirt from the homeland.
A little jar of dirt.
I do not carry a little jar of dirt.
You could, though.
Anything.
Like-
It could be anything of Long's as well. That's from the hamlet. One of your battle axes. You'd assume something created there follows the logic.
You would have to choose it, and then the DM will tell you if it worked.
Fine, Cloak of the Manta Ray. I built that there. I built that in the hamlet.
Seems reasonable.
I got the material from the hamlet. I got it at a reduced price from a guy from the hamlet. And if not
So
one of them, a
You would
potion
say
of
that
healing.
these are associated objects, is what you're getting at.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty clear to me.
Wow, I really don't like the wording in that. That you could just pick up any piece of lint from the inn and then just be like, nah, I teleport there with this piece of lint.
Yep.
Well, that requires you to have the foresight to do that, also.
Yeah, I would think that it has to have actually some sort of significance.
yeah.
If you wanted to have significance, then all those
Yes, your
months
Cloak of
ago,
Manta Ray would count.
my
Because look at
token-
look at the examples that it gives. A book from a wizard's library. It fits there.
So what
Bed linen from a royal suite.
what
I have a
gonna do,
Death Ward token
what I'm gonna
given to
do
me
is-
by.
I want you to be very specific. What is the object that is the object of the hamlet? Search your inventory. Tell me which one you think is going to give you the best odds.
Well, I could use the Death Ward token, or the token of Raised Dead I got from conducting that ceremony. Oh, come on, I need something that I bought from there, but I don't buy anything from there. Because I'm a tight ass. Oh, being a tight ass bit me in the ass.
A lot of the treasure that you might possess is from the dungeon, not from town.
What about my what is it called? My detect magic spell scrolls. I bought them from Dante.
And Dante bought them from a foreign wizard through the gypsy? That foreign wizard could live anywhere.
You're really being mean to me, man.
Well, I just want to restrict the spell because the way it's worded is super easy.
Well,
and
what defines from the hamlet then? I mean, if
I'm
I
just
got a
gonna-
wooden
No,
chair,
it's
the
associated
hamlet,
object,
right.
right?
Would you associate it with? No, that's from a tree.
So it
So-
specifically says if you like pulled a book from a library, that's an object that's been in that library for like 100 years. It's got object permanence. People can go to that library and they know that book will be there. It's a fundamental part of the town at that point. So like
So I need something that has been in the hamlet for a long time. I touch me.
That's a great way of putting it, Ninja. The object permanence. If someone notices that it's missing, it's probably associated with that spot.
So in the Wheel of Time books, my favorite fantasy novels, they have Teleran Royd, which is the world of dreams, and when people travel into it, objects aren't permanent unless they're there all the time in the real world. Anything that's transient that people like, if you have a table that you put random fruit on, the fruit on the table in the world of dreams will be constantly changing between the different fruits that it'll be at
Man,
any
just
given
roll a
time.
goddamn percentile dice. It's the only way that we're going to get through this fast.
Fine. Percentile dice for very familiar, I guess. Is that the second one? Yeah, very familiar.
I mean, if you've got an object that you can argue is definitively a town item, then sure.
I have a question.
I'll
I
give it
have
to
an
you.
idea.
But you
Does
have to tell
anyone
me.
have anything that we know belong to the ancestor?
That would take us into the darkest dungeon. Hell no. No.
You think that would take us to the darkest dungeon? I mean, he's kind of tied to Hamlet as well.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
He just has to roll a 95 or less, right?
Okay, so you
On
teleport.
target.
What was the object anyway? Just anything you picked up from town.
Well, you said
maybe-
that
Maybe the scrolls from Dante's shop. So it doesn't quite get you to Dante's shop, but it gets you to like in the hamlet in the main square somewhere.
Well, yeah, around the hamlet, but it's still in the hamlet, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, it's a similar area, so it's nearby to the shop where the scroll came from.
Okay, so we are all no longer in the dungeon. Ah, shit. What about all those things we said we'd go back for?
Well,
It's
we
mostly
gotta go
junk.
back for him.
This?
It's up to me and
Whisked
Bloop and
away.
Urborg,
I'd rather live.
possibly.
I'd rather live.
All right.
But
So
they'll
since they are effectively out of combat, I guess it just leaves me, Dismas, and Bloop.
Right, so I'm gonna.
And
I'll
all
see you guys
of-
next
and
week then,
Smitty
right?
And all of Bloop's friends.
No. See, because Diamond's going to sacrifice himself nobly in combat, I'm not going to do the combat.
But I wanted to slay a few cultists and try another bout with Serena.
You're
Well, he
welcome.
not
wants to stay
wasting
here for
all of
3
our time.
hours while you get your ass handed to you.
You're welcome to describe how cool you are to everybody and how you go down fighting, but you will be captured eventually, and you will then be a
Captured?
prisoner of the cult.
Oh, Urborg would kill himself well before the cult would take him into slavery.
So you're just gonna kill yourself now?
No, they're gonna beat you down until you're dying, and then they're gonna keep you alive and chain you up. So, and then they'll mind control you because Serena's a siren. So,
No. I'm going to say that I'm going to fight them off as valiantly as possible, and then when all odds are looking bad, I'm going to take off my helmet and
Get charged.
skewer my own claymore through my head.
You are resistant to fire.
Going out Pyramid Head style, I see.
I'm just saying it's pretty unlikely at some point Serena would get you with that dominate person, even though you got the +5.
Doubtful.
Even with the +5, your
Doubtful.
luck is not
Roll
that
it.
good.
Bet you.
Roll it.
And like, how many turns would that combat drag on for? Like 10 turns? You have to make
All of them.
10 saves. She'll get you eventually. I mean, she got Pygneal.
Start-
She got Pygneal
start
on the
rolling.
first try.
Diamond. Here you go. Only 30 more of those.
And then the brawlers, they get like, let's see, 4 grapple attempts per turn. So
Oh boy.
I think they could probably pin you with 4 grapples per turn.
3
And then
rolls.
You can't skewer your own head with your claymore. You grapple you and restrain you.
Oh, as soon as they attempt to try and grapple and restrain me, that's when I'm gonna try. I mean, I'll make the strength check if you want me to shrug them off.
You know what? So Diamond, this could be a fun thing, right? Like, we could say that this character, since you already said you wanted to switch back to your rogue, we could say that this
Fair.
character gets captured, and like you could make it like one of the side quests to rescue
Mm-mm.
the paladin.
Come back and fight his
I am
corpse.
going to die an honorable death, and you will not.
Oh,
You will not deny me this.
Okay, well they
That's a
turned you
dog.
into a zombie, and now you are a zombie minion of the Necromancer's Apprentice.
whoops.
Just
I'm-
imagine, like,
I'm just
my
saying,
soul
there's
will now go to heaven. Nope.
there's a lot of options here if you think about it.
You
Think
died
you could
exciting. It was
Beat like
good.
30 of these guys.
I mean, it's just the body. The souls might be in heaven.
Isn't there also like a
Yeah,
necromancy
no.
spell where you can like force the ghost to answer questions?
Yeah.
Like, talk to the dead, speak
yeah,
with
Yeah,
dead.
that's,
You want
that's
me
speak
to-
with
Spell,
dead,
speak to
but the
the
ghost
dead.
can also just refuse to talk to you.
So like even though you try to kill yourself, they're still gonna try to interrogate you with the speak with the dead spell.
Do you want me to use my religion to try
No.
and deny them?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean,
You're dead, so you can't, but try.
it's speak with the dead. You have to have a willing soul. They can just deny answering the question, and you can't interrogate a ghost that way. I don't think. I don't think that's how the spell works. Is what I'm saying.
Thought that was how it worked. Let me.
I'll look
Here.
it up.
No, it's not super important. I'll just say she has a made-up spell and it does that.
There you go.
The
Yeah.
corpse is, here's what Speak with Dead says: the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or recognizes you as an enemy.
Yeah, but what you don't know is that she found this ancient tome called like Mordenkainen's like alternate versions of spells. And
Stop
she,
with the
yeah.
bullshit,
And she's-
DM.
It's his job.
and she's
It's
casting
his
from
whole purpose.
that spell book instead of her regular one.
Guys, I think this joke's gone on long enough.
Okay,
Let
so
my character die in peace.
so
It's saying here that speak with dead. You do not have to be on friendly terms with the ghost at all to bring them back, and they are allowed to answer. They do have to answer what you say, but they can twist their words.
yeah, so
Yes.
you'd be able to twist it a bit. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna grab the rest of y'all here, and I imagine you make a hasty retreat back to town, right?
Try to.
Yes, and if possible, if we find the madmen, I would like to take them back with us too.
Mad God,
What? Sorry.
did you open a window? It's like very breezy all of a sudden.
I turned on a fan.
Oh,
Opened the
okay.
window. It could be that.
I don't hear anything.
I hear.
There, I'll move the mic closer to my mouth. Is that better?
Nope. There you go.
The worst.
Fine, I'll put it onto medium set. Well, lowest setting. They're happy
Oh,
now?
now I hear it.
Now will you all stop jabbing at me for how I play my paladin?
I mean, yeah, you're dead. So
Well, yeah, you're not going to be playing him anymore, so yeah.
So Diamond, I think there's this thing like so you made a rogue and your rogue pissed off the rest of your party and then had to fuck off and then you created a new character, the paladin. And the paladin pissed off the party and then your paladin had to fuck off and die valiantly for the cause. And then so now you're gonna go back to the rogue. And the rogue's gonna piss off the party. So what is
Yep.
the common denominator here, Diamond?
I wonder what it could possibly be.
How about this? How about I don't play rogue at all or paladin at all, and I just fuck off for the rest of all?
eternity. Seriously.
So I mean, I don't want you to be mad, Diamond. I'm just saying, like, it's how you choose to play your character, right?
I'm not just mad at the group. I'm mad at myself because I can't handle social stress. That's the thing. That's the reason why I piss off the party so much, is because they keep jeering at me, expecting
Well-
me to have an iron hide, and I get angry, and then they just keep jeering me to get me angry, and it just makes everything 100 times worse.
Well, you know, it's a common trope in D&D that the paladin is always overzealous and doing paladin things, and the rest of the party is like face
And
palming.
that's how I wanted to play it.
You
But
did?
the thing is,
And
but the
yet
thing
you
is,
had to
Diamond,
make fun of me for it.
the thing
Yes,
is, Diamond,
that's what you do.
you're playing the paladin like that, and when we laugh at your paladin being like, I'm going to be a religious sort, you shall not kill him," and when the party goes, okay, well, yeah, we are definitely going to kill him, we are definitely going to kill him because he's did all these bad things. The thing is, you are personally getting angry at us for going against how your character is doing things.
Yeah.
Even though that's the way you're playing your character. You're playing a character as a joke, but taking your character's actions seriously. That's the problem.
I'm not playing it as a joke.
It just happens to be one.
Okay.
Isn't
Do you
that
mind
what
if I
you
step
just
in and
said?
be kind of a mediator, guys? Because I know.
Yeah,
I'm
give it a whirl.
more to the-
Let's get some fresh blood in
think
here.
we're all kind of, we don't have the same expectations for how all of us are playing characters. Some of us are trying more to play to a certain personality type, without regarding necessarily what the rest of the team thinks, and some of us are expecting all of the other characters to adhere to the team dynamic. So I think that maybe there's just a bit of a difference of expectations.
A little
So
bit.
maybe we need to have like a day or like some
Oh, God.
time before we play next that we maybe discuss that, so Diamond can maybe avoid doing that or play to a personality type that's a little better, or we can accommodate that better.
It's
You
true.
never really had a session 0 of like talking about like group dynamics.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. I mean, and I know we're like in the midst of it, but maybe when Diamond figures out which character he'd like to play, we can talk a bit about the expectations for, you know, how to either reintroduce his old character or what kind of new character he can play, so we don't keep butting heads like this. Because I understand that Diamond is getting frustrated, and I totally understand that, and I understand why you guys are getting frustrated too,
Oh, pig.
or why the rest
What
of you
happened?
are.
I left.
Why?
But we.
Downtime stuff.
We're at
Yeah.
town. There's stuff to
Yeah,
do
we
in
are
town.
in town.
Wait,
I
what?
just thought that
Did
Is
everyone else go
everyone
to
alive?
this would.
Mad God, Pig Needle, and He-Man have teleported into town. The only one that
And-
stayed behind, and you guys like yeeted out through Mario sewer tunnels.
Okay.
The only one that got left behind was Urborg.
Urborg
And that was my
chose
choice.
to stay behind when Urborg
Yeah.
easily could have
Yes, he
teleported.
chose
Yeah,
to
Diamond.
sacrifice
I feel less
himself
bad.
and died a noble death,
He's like,
the way
please
he
no.
wanted to.
I prepared all this town stuff, and you guys are finally in town, and you're just like, nope, I'm done.
I want
Where's
to
the-
use town time.
Well, I mean, I wasn't
Well-
like trying to halt this. If we want to keep going,
Diamond
I just
already left.
suggested that we.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did
it's
out.
it's just
Yeah.
now picking up. Sorry, I have a bit of a delay on the Twitch channel. Wasn't looking at my phone.
No, I just
Yeah.
he just left like literally 30 seconds ago, like the
In the Discord.
little beeping sound. Yeah.
I even got out Fennec Fleetfoot. I was gonna let him like RP Fennec returning here, but he dipped out. So
Well,
Oh
maybe
my god, it's
Well,
Fennec!
the-
Phoenix in the castle area. Oh my god.
oh no, Fennec's in town. I've got a bag of old figurines here.
Oh,
Because I
okay. I
just-
thought you meant like this town, like the castle area, where we teleported
Because-
away.
I don't know. I just like. I understand that I mean, it's natural to want to poke fun at people, but we do go a bit far at times. I feel.
Diamond is so temperamental. My god.
I don't
know
understand.
he is, and he needs. Well, we probably need to talk to him about taking out your frustration
hello.
Hey, Diamond.
on characters.
Can we end the stream?
You
Yeah.
got it.
That'd probably be a good idea at this point.
We'll stop the game and I'll end the stream.
Thank you.